Alright, so a new Nintendo Direct for a new year here. It's currently February 9th. I just got out of my classes for the day a little bit ago, and we are about to ready to... Is my chat off? Here we go. Well, hello, Mortis and Guzma. Hope you both are doing well today. So apparently it's in 2 minutes from now, in my time zone of mountain time and such. Yeah, I'm excited for it as well. I am a little bit worried as well, because I know it might make my my game backlog a little bit crazier is a thing. My kind of schedule of stuff. One thing that I would like to mention before we get into the direct here is I noticed that another one of my fellow streamer friendos is also streaming the Nintendo Direct, being BraveryArcade, who's an awesome chill dudo with a lot of energy, great dudo to hang around. So I sent him a message on Discord and said, I noticed that you're streaming Nintendo Direct stuffs as well. If sometime after the Direct is over, you'd like to join up to discuss the Direct in a podcast style kind of way, I'd be down for that. And he responded with, I'm Mondo down for that, my friend. Harmony up. So after the Direct is over, we may well be hopping into voice call stuff with Marv to discuss things afterwards, is what may well happen. So, it's just gonna be, me commentating for the actual Direct over here itself, but afterwards we may well actually get the chance to discuss things out in that kind of style. So we shall see what happens here. When it comes to stuff here, I know that there has been like a lot of rumors going around of things like a new Fire Emblem game, things like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which, to be fair, we've known that a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has been in development for a little while, like with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. In the art book that I got for the collector's edition, there was a note that said like, oh yes, the new epilogue has to do with like the future of the Xenoblade Chronicles series in general. So it's like, okay, the epilogue of Definitive Edition leads into whatever Xenoblade 3 is gonna be. Okay, so who knows if it would be at the ready yet, but we shall see. I still haven't done Xenoblade Chronicles X properly on the channel. I need to do that at some point. So, Fire Emblem or something. I don't know. Yeah, Fire Emblem. Well, that's, is it gonna be, because I know that there have been rumors of this for a while. So it's in the Three Houses art style. I mean, I'm a massive Fire Emblem fan. Oh. What? Interesting? Gosh dang, I gotta do the original Fire Emblem Warriors.
I will not allow it to perish with you.
Wasn't expecting that. I mean, I'll play it. I'll look forward to it, but I'm doing my last route of Three Houses on the channel right now.
This is the path we must walk.
Thought this would happen eventually. I don't know if I ever thought this would happen. Gosh dang it, do I have to do oh my goodness, right when I thought I was done with Three Houses on the channel, or like right when I was in the final stages of Three Houses on the channel, I should say. Because I'm doing the last playthrough right now, Nintendo's all of a sudden like, joke's on you! You're doing more Three Houses! Is this some kind of twisted joke?
I won't make the same mistake again.
So, by the time my Three Houses series is done, it's gonna be over 300 episodes long easily. And now it's gonna be even longer. Do I have to do the original Fire Emblem Warriors first now? Who's a purple-haired bish? Oh my.
I know you are prepared to do whatever that you must.
Looks related to Yuri there. Well, I guess I will have to continue bum rushing my final playthrough of Three Houses, and then maybe we really quickly cram in a playthrough of Fire Emblem Warriors. Oh no, my schedule! Yeah, it could well be an alternate version of Three Houses Universe. I'm very intrigued. Honestly, I'll look forward to playing it. I do like the Nintendo Warriors games thus far. Here, I'll turn up on OBS a bit. Here you go.
Let's see the first batch of
turn up a lot.
Switch headlines.
There, I apologize it was so quiet before. I turned up a lot now.
Orange Star Nation needs
yeah.
you.
Yeah, Warriors games do have a lot of content. And that'd be really cool. The last Fire Emblem Warriors game My goodness, the
In first
freaking
campaign,
soundtrack of the
Advance
original
Wars,
Fire Emblem
you'll
Warriors.
advise a colorful cast
So
of commanding
incredible.
officers
I
who use their abilities in
so very
violent
much looking forward to the
turn-based battles.
soundtrack of that.
Each commanding officer
No,
is
Yuri
now
is in 3
voiced,
houses. Yuri.
bringing even more
Guzma
charm
there
to these characters.
was a thing.
I see right through your plans.
But yeah, and I loved I love 3
Awaits
Houses music,
Advance
so
Wars 2 Black Hole Rising.
I'm honestly
More
looking forward to the
commanding officers and
Fire
more
Emblem
diverse
3
terrain
Hopes
can be leveraged for additional
music
tactical
now.
opportunities.
is what I'm very much looking forward to. But man,
in both campaigns,
after spending like close to 3 years trying to get through all 4 routes of Fire Emblem 3 Houses on this channel and being in the middle of the 4th route right now. My goodness, that's so ironic. That's so ironic that after all this time, it's like the final playthrough is here, and then I'll be done with 3 Houses forever, and I'll literally never have to think about it again. And then this Nintendo Direct happens. It's like, joke's on you! Oh man. Well, is Advance Wars an indie game though? Is it now? Yeah, I can, I probably don't have to worry about doing like 4 routes at like 4 70-hour JRPGs in Fire Emblem Warriors. But if I do, I'm freaking dropping it. There's no way that would be a freaking 300 episode series like 3 Houses, you know? Yeah, I did like the mix of Fire Emblem and Warriors there. Are they bringing No Man's Sky to the Switch? That's pretty interesting. No Man's Sky is actually an incredible comeback story of a game. Like I've seen a few videos on it that talk about like its development history and everything with it. I've never played it myself, but it's actually a very fascinating comeback story and like a really good example of resilience in the gaming industry, and such a good example of like, you know, it had like a really bad launch, but there was so much hype behind it that, you know, they could have absolutely just taken the money and ran and just, you know, kept on having like a bad reputation and whatnot, but they took the time to like actually really fix it and flush it out, and it's a really cool story that honestly I would recommend anybody looking into who isn't familiar with it yet. I'll consider picking it up. I'll consider it. What? Is this a new Mario sports game? Are they now they're oh heck yeah, I never played the original Strikers, but I know it's something people have been asking for a long time. Oh heck yeah. I haven't even played Mario Strikers, but I'm hyped. Oh heck yeah. So the Switch is gonna have Mario Tennis, Golf, and Soccer, or football if you want to be more exact. Even here in Canada we call it soccer, even though I know that, you know, football makes more sense for a term, but you say football and people think of American football, and but yeah, that's but yeah, it says something to the effect of give it some time and this will be a masterpiece for No Man's Sky there, Mortis. Also, maybe I turn it up too loud. I'm gonna turn it down a smidge. Oh heck yeah! There we go, something like this. Oh heck yeah! You finally came to care about, Reggie Pup. Also, hello. 100% playing Bowser. Yo, if this has freaking online multiplayer, like I mean the other 2 Mario sports games on the Switch have had online multiplayer, so I see no reason why this would. Freaking, I challenge you, Guzma, when this comes out. I wonder how many people you can play this with, if it's like, you know, 2 or if it can be up to like 4. I do wonder, because this seems like it'd be fun to play online with like a few different friendos, you know. But yeah, I appreciate the 3 bits there, Hanma. You is home. Hello, Hanma. I hope you had a good day at work today. Oh, cool. Hyper Strike. So that's the equivalent of like the I mean, there was a special shot in Mario Tennis and Golf, so it makes sense that there would be something like that here. I love the visual art style with it. Like, it is very reminiscent of the original Strikers, and it was a really charming kind of art style that I do really like.
Up to 8 players. 4 players on each team can compete against each other on one.
Oh, that's cool. We gotta play that as a community. Anyone that's getting that. Freaking. Oh, heck yeah. Anybody else that gets that game, freaking play it with me when it comes out.
Up to 20 players can join a
yes, suck at FIFA. Both FIFA and what was that one Konami game? It was eFootball 2022. I had like a clip of it at the end of my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl video essay, because it's like one of the lowest rated games on Steam, and it was famously pumped out for a quick buck.
Tackles. And hyper strikes.
This game looks fun.
Anything goes
I'm gonna be
on
honest, this
next
game
week.
looks pretty fun. He was down at but Twitch stressful, but glad you made it in time. Well, glad to hear that you made it. Made it back home in time for
Pre-orders begin today
the shenanigans here on June 10th.
Shop.
Okay, wasn't Fire Emblem June as well? Gosh darn it.
is coming to Nintendo Switch.
I'm looking forward to that
We're
though.
excited for this anything goes battle soccer game. Next, please take a look at this.
What is this going to be? See yourself losing so many times. Splatoon? I don't know. Just looking at like the art style of some stuff around. I don't know if there'd be a helicopter. Well, there is a helicopter in Splatoon. I was like, wait, a helicopter? Would there be that in Splatoon on second thought? Yeah, there would indeed. I gotta play Splatoon 2 on the channel, right? We already did Splatoon 1. I always like doing things on the channel in order. We've already done Splatoon 1 on the channel. Now I just gotta do 2. So I should just be able to like do the campaign relatively quickly. We've technically already showcased the multiplayer of the game because we did a Creators Collide episode with Tailwinds in Splatoon 2. So like when we do the playthrough, we can just do the main campaign and the DLC as well. So I'm gonna have to do that before whenever this releases if I want to keep on doing things in order. Whoa! What? I didn't even get to read it. What? Yeah, the style is very different. Yeah, things like the helicopter aren't quite the same kind of cartoony art style as or not quite to the same extent as things are. So are they just like expanding Salmon Run? So it's basically the same idea, but like new bosses and stuff now? Something like that? Yeah, what will happen to Splatoon 2? That's a good question. I'm very confused about why Splatoon 3 even exists on the Switch, I'm gonna be honest. Because Splatoon seemed like it'd be one of those multiplayer Nintendo games that would only get like one game per console, you know? Like Mario Party or Smash Bros. One of those things where it's like you get one game per console and that is it. And that's the dedicated multiplayer game of that IP for that console. So I guess it's probably just because Splatoon is really successful is why it's getting a Splatoon 3. But I honestly, I figured that there would one day be a Splatoon 3, but I figured it'd be like next console or something like that. And I mentioned it before, I'll say it again, I am surprised that, you know, there is Splatoon 3 coming out on the Switch. But hey, a lot of Splatoon fans are really hyped for it. It looks like basically the same game to me, but a lot of people that play Splatoon are like, oh, it looks so different. They changed so much. I was just like, okay, I'll take your word for it. Splatoon 3 Salmon Run Next Wave. It looked like mostly the same thing, except with like a couple new bosses. Like, I don't get it.
That was the trailer.
That'd be like a game like ARMS. What, Splatoon? And yeah, it is better graphics than Legends Arceus, you're not wrong.
A giant salmonid, one that's never been seen before, was also spotted at the end of the trailer. Will the Inklings and Octolings ink or swim? Splatoon 3
Ink or
will launch this
swim,
summer.
huh?
We hope you'll look forward to future updates.
Summer thing, okay. Yeah, I'll have to do Splatoon 2 and its DLC on the channel at some point in the near future. But this direct has already put like additional things on my plate, like freaking, you know, Fire Emblem Warriors now that I wasn't planning on doing it all until my Fates playthrough was done. But I guess we're just gonna do it early. Probably. I mean, we'll see here. So there's that. I've never played Titanfall before, but looking at this makes me think of that.
A full remake of the first Front Mission.
I don't know
game
what Front Mission is.
storming onto Nintendo Switch.
Looked like Nier. It did have a similar art
In this
style there.
tactical RPG, you'll pilot weaponized machines
interesting.
called Vanzers and lead your battalion to victory.
So it's like a Conquest kind of style of gameplay, right?
Gain
Like a
the upper
Nobunaga's
hand in
Conquest kind of
battle
thing.
by aiming for
Oh,
enemy
sort of?
parts
I
to
don't know.
destroy.
I've never heard of this either.
Mix and match various weapons.
There was a
and parts
game
to
that looked
customize your
something
Vanzer.
like this-ish that was like an indie game that a company reached out to me last year before E3 asking if I wanted to like showcase it on my channel, and I was like, nah. Like, I had a few different groups reach out to me last year about covering their game early, and there was only one that I accepted, and that was Dark Deity.
Get set for a high-octane Disney and Pixar combat racer. From the creators of the Asphalt series comes rip-roaring racing action across Disney and Pixar-inspired race
Why are the
tracks.
graphics so good?
And a legendary roster of characters on
In a game like this, oh,
circuits,
probably because it has a
using
budget
each
of
one's
Disney,
special
I guess,
abilities
is
to
the
battle
answer
for
to that.
victory across the
But-
finish line. Choose Mickey Mouse for symphonic
But
speed,
looking
Sully
like
for
this,
monstrous power, or Mulan.
My first thought would not be that this is a Switch game. My first thought looking at something like this would be that this is like a, you know,
Perfect for turning the tables
a game on literally any other console but the Switch.
Storm is a free-to-play game.
And then there's all the freaking Pokemon fans that are like, oh yeah, games like Legends Arceus look the way they do because that's literally the best the Switch can handle. Yeah, clearly.
Plus, enjoy cross-platform play as well as split-screen and online multiplayer modes. Disney's
Like some of the best graphics I've seen on the Switch in a while. Jeez. I won't be playing. I'm not a Disney person, but I'm intrigued by the graphics. But
classic franchises on Nintendo Switch.
don't add a new service if you're saying classic franchise. Okay, it's unrelated to that. You're saying like other stuff. Okay, gotcha.
You'll use devastating force powers and lightsaber combos as you hunt down Jedi.
When did this game originally come out? Even this looks better than Legends Arceus. When did this originally come out again? I don't remember.
Destructive combos. Use button controls or opt for motion controls enhanced from the original.
Looks worse than the 360 version, does it now? I haven't seen the 360 version.
Who is the galaxy's most powerful Jedi? Star Wars: The Force Unleashed launches
Late
on Nintendo
2000s,
Switch
okay.
April 20th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. The complete saga of
This I'm looking forward to.
Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Oh, it does. The graphics don't look
Assassin's
the
Creed
best there. Some of those
Explore
scenes.
Renaissance Italy.
It looks
and
not too bad
16th
here.
century Constantinople.
Like Assassin's Creed: The Rebel
Interact
Collection on the
with
Switch
historical
actually looked
figures
really good.
and discover secrets
But some of
the
those
Creed
internal areas
across
here
3
looked a little bit
games,
off
2
from what I
bonus
played on
short
PC.
films, and DLC. Plus, take advantage of enhanced features.
Yeah,
from
we
the
already
Nintendo
covered the
Switch
Ezio
system
games on
the
this
go,
channel on PC,
including
but
touchscreen
like,
controls,
I'll
HD
buy it.
rumble, and
Just
optimized
because
on-screen display.
I know the day will come that I'll want to play the
Assassin's
Ezio
Creed
games
Ezio
again.
Collection.
So when that day
Launches on
comes, it'll be
Nintendo
nice to
Switch
have the
February
option to do
17th.
it on like, you know, my home console handheld hybrid, you know? So I liked Ezio's game, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the Ezio
Strange
collection on the
incidents
Switch.
called
That'll be cool.
breaks Are occurring across the Gundam universe. Find out what's causing them and restore the proper timeline. You'll lead 3 mobile suits in battle. Enhance each suit with parts to improve their
It looks
power.
like a freaking
Also battle
mix of
alongside
Transformers
friends
and
in
Mega
online
Bloks.
co-op multiplayer.
This
And
is the
see
Gundam series,
Battle
apparently. I've heard the
Alliance
name
launch
before,
on
but I know
Nintendo
nothing
Switch
about
this
it.
year.
Well,
Two
Chibi
Worlds
Gundam?
Cross in
So
the
that's not normally what
triumphant
Gundam looks
return of
like.
this RPG classic. A remaster of the acclaimed RPG Chronicles is coming to
wait.
the Nintendo Switch system.
Really? I've heard this music before because I heard it in like the trailer for this crossover between it and like some mobile app thing that I'd never heard of, but the music was hella good, so I tuned into it. But what about Chrono Trigger? Because I've heard bad things about Chrono Cross.
Travel back and forth between
About
both worlds to unravel
about the story at least. I've heard wonderful things about Chrono Trigger, but I've heard very mixed things about
Depending on the
Chrono
choices
Cross.
you make, the allies who accompany you, and the endings that trigger.
But this music I've heard before. I listened to it on loop for a little while because this music's so dang good. After I discovered this
Like the
music.
ability to turn off
You
enemy
want
counters
this?
And a newly enhanced soundtrack.
With Chrono Cross?
Plus, radical
This theme
dreamers
is really good. I've debated about
on
using
the
this theme in
Satellite
like,
is included.
you know, videos before,
Experience
but
the origins
it would have to be a
of Chrono
video that
Cross
has like an
and
epic
text-based
thingamabob
adventure.
going on. This theme right here I have thought about
Chrono
using
Cross,
on
the Radical Dreamers Edition. Dashes.
Did Chrono
and
Trigger ever get a
slashes
remake?
on Nintendo Switch April 7th. Pre-orders
Or-
begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Did Chrono Trigger ever get one, or did they just like jump straight to Chrono Cross? With the harmonia on this one, Reggie Pup. So here's a new Kirby game. Oh man. Look at the detail on the thing. So this is probably just trailer footage. The actual game wouldn't look, okay, it wouldn't look that good on the actual thingamabob, but look how cute they are. No! Are you gonna eat the car? No, don't give us a car, Kirby. Oh no. Don't do it. What? Wait, so you don't transform into it, you just kind of go over top of it? Oh my goodness.
It's
Yo, this
Kirby's
game
latest unforgettable
looks really
3D
cool.
Platforming adventure, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby Star Allies was pretty fun, and I kind of liked how it had the classic Kirby formula, but I don't know, it wasn't quite my cup of tea. It was also one of the really early playthroughs on this channel, and it didn't... Let's just say that there were some things that happened during the early stage of streaming there, especially during that playthrough. I don't know if I've ever played a 3D... Well, I played the Nintendo 64 Kirby game, but... Mouthful mode?
What? Car to zoom around.
What? Vending mouth?
Juice cans.
What? What?
Or become a piercing cone. With mouthful mode, new actions will be available for Kirby depending on the object.
We're never
he
gonna know
inhales.
about Waddle Dee or Waddle Doo.
Enjoy
Light bulb.
exploring with new moves different from copy abilities.
Arch? It's gotta be a pretty light arch.
Even weaponize a mouthful of water. Like this.
Oh my goodness, it's Mario Sunshine!
As Kirby rescues Waddle Dees, Waddle Dee
Oh,
Town
there's
will
Waddle
continue to
Dees.
grow, and more
Oh, Waddle
resources will
Dee
become
Town.
available.
Oh, I love it! Oh man!
Waddle Dee's weapon shop. Familiar copy abilities can be evolved.
It's one way to put it, Anima.
Evolve copy abilities to expand Kirby's
Oh.
range of attacks.
Oh!
They'll also change
Interesting.
Kirby's appearance and make him even
Yeah, that
more
water balloon actually looked
powerful.
really, really cool and really detailed. Again, this is what
Some
Nintendo Switch
copy
games
abilities
can
may
look
have
like.
Stronger evolved forms.
Oh my.
A new adventure awaits our pink puffball.
Oh, what the internet is gonna do to that boss.
What are these enemies trying to do?
Like I had a coat kind of similar to King Deity's, but looked different than King
Kirby
Deity
and the
himself
Forgotten Land
or herself. I don't
launches
know.
on the Nintendo Switch system March
The
25th.
trailer ends with Kirby
Pre-orders are available
driving
now on Nintendo
down the
eShop.
road there. March 25th, huh? Interesting. I'll be in the middle of a few playthroughs around that time.
Launching later next month.
My Legends Arceus playthrough will still be going on there. Like, I've streamed so much Legends Arceus that I have uploads going until like April sometime or something right now, so I'll still be during my Legends playthrough. I don't know if that's DD, but... Oh, I thought, I didn't read that as hater. I read that as something very different for a second there.
That's right, Otani-san. MLB The Show is coming to Nintendo
Frame rate.
Switch. That means you can
It's the kind of
play
thing where it's like
modes
not
those in the
horrendously
show
bad, but it's
and
bad
then
enough that it's noticeable and
on your
irksome.
Nintendo
Like, what are
Switch.
those like
But that's
distasteful
not
kind
all.
of frame
You can
rates?
even play exhibition with a single Joy-Con controller. With cross progression,
Yeah, it's
you can
frame rate that
also
isn't
earn
like
used
so
content
bad that it's
on
jarringly
any
awful, but it's
platform
just like
where MLB
enough to
The
be
Show 22
annoying and
is
off,
available.
you know?
And take your progress on the go with you on Nintendo Switch.
It looks like a
Have
poorly
friends that
emulated
play
PS2
MLB
game.
The Show 22 online matches on other consoles? No need to worry. You can invite them and play online.
What is this narrate? You can invite them and play online. Oh, man, excuse me, I haven't seen my wife and kids for 3 days.
Ridiculous. Sheesh.
Well,
You're gonna have your hands full of games with these collections.
collections?
3 Kingdom Hearts collections are almost here.
Never played Kingdom Hearts. I figured if it's something that enough people are
Kingdom Hearts
interested in
3,
seeing on the channel, that's something that I might do one day.
Every
But the
entry
game
is
schedule
coming
is
to
also so
Nintendo
crazy
Switch
right
as
now that I
cloud
probably
versions
don't
that
even
can
have the
be played
breathing
while
room to
connected
say
to
something
the
like that,
internet.
you know?
Relive
Maybe
or
the day
get
will
to know
come,
these
but-
heart-filled adventures alongside Sora,
I like the
Donald,
music of it.
Goofy,
I really like
and
the music
more
of
for the
Kingdom Hearts.
First time in TV, tabletop, or handheld mode. Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece for Cloud. Containing all
Integrum
3 game
Masterpiece? What's
collections,
Integrum?
soars on
That's
the
literally the
Nintendo
first
Switch
time I've heard that
tomorrow.
word. Like,
Each
I know
collection's
integral,
cloud
obviously,
version
but
will also
what the
be
heck is
individually
Integrum?
available on Nintendo eShop. Klonoa
What is this?
coming to Nintendo Switch.
I don't know what that is.
Across dreamy side-scrolling levels.
Of the adventure we've already had, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I haven't even really seen a whole lot of Disney stuff in general, so I don't know how much Kingdom Hearts would be for me. I didn't really grow up with like Disney like at all, unlike a lot of people. Yeah, I do like the art style of this as well. I can agree there. Art style's really charming.
Nintendo Switch July 8th.
Looks like Indie Sonic.
We're so glad
Oh,
you're
really?
here.
Really?
Come here
Huh.
often. Either way, you're in for a
That's
puzzling treat.
interesting.
In these award-winning games, the
So
port
Valve can't be
your
bothered
key
to make new
survive
games
in
anymore,
prison.
but at least they can be bothered to port their
Create
existing
portals
games.
and warp to other areas to find caves.
After Valve
Still unconfirmed.
went places with
You can
Steam
pass
and,
through
you know,
portals
gets 30% off of all game sales on there. Valve was just like, oh, we don't have to make games anymore. I've said it on stream before, I'll say it again. Like, working at Valve must be like the easiest job ever. Just do nothing. Or something like that. But hey, at least they're porting their existing games. It'd be cool if they actually made new games again.
Nintendo Switch this year.
But that's cool. So it's like Portal 1 and 2 there. I'll consider picking it up. I know that it's something that, you know, it's something that I should do on the channel one day, but we shall see. But yeah, portals in this game are still groundbreaking for the portals. I've heard really good things about it. Is this triangle strategy? No. I saw one bit there. It's an art style similar to triangle strategy. It's something else very similar. I thought it was triangle strategy for a hot second. It's still it's a very similar kind of art style there. I'm sure we'll be seeing things about triangle strategy this trip. This isn't another Square Enix thing, is it?
Previously unreleased outside of Japan, the RPG Live Alive makes its overseas debut, now in HD 2D. Multiple stories featuring
So it's another
different
HD 2D thing.
and time periods await. The order in which you tackle them is up to you. Prehistory, a tribesman comes of age in a world without words. The Wild West, a wanderer with a bounty on his head fights for his life.
So this was a game that was already released in Japan for a while? I've never heard of it.
For a worthy successor.
Why haven't I heard of it?
Twilight of Edo, Japan. A shinobi undertakes an important secret mission. Present day, a martial artist strives to become the strongest there ever was. The near future, a youth with psychic powers takes a stand against evil. The distant future, a newly built robot is swept up in a tragedy in space. What other stories are on the horizon?
You will repay my loyalty.
So yeah, it's the HD 2D art style like Octopath Traveler or Triangle Strategy. July 22nd. Yeah, it is Square Enix.
Pre-orders begin today.
I thought there was only like 2 games so far with their HD 2D stuff. Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. I didn't realize there was another one, and apparently it was already out in Japan? I'm very intrigued now. Is there a new sports thing? Nintendo Switch Sports.
Nintendo Switch Sports. Please take a look.
Huh.
Here are the sports included in the Nintendo Switch Sports game.
What is this, the Xbox 360 Avatar Maker?
Sports games.
I feel like they should have just stuck with normal Mii's.
By gently swinging the Joy-Con controller at the right time.
What is this, Connect Sports with the art style?
Roll the ball straight ahead or give it a little curve.
Oh, that looks way better than freaking Wii Bowling. Holy crap. Oh, they brought this back. Oh, this was like the best thing ever. That was actually so much fun back in the day.
Additional sports are joining the lineup.
Huh.
Soccer. Use
I'll get it.
ball to make dynamic plays.
Oh, that actually looks kind of cool. I mean, I'll prefer playing the Mario Soccer, but yeah, the characters feel a little bit off to me.
Included with the physical version of the game.
So this comes with that leg strap as well, similar to Ring Fit Adventure. So I have one of those leg straps because of Ring Fit Adventure. Oh, I love badminton.
Left and right while keeping the shuttlecock.
It's always one of my favorite sports to play casually and whatnot. I wasn't a big sports person, but badminton was fun.
Finally, volleyball. Use a Joy-Con controller to serve, bump, set,
interesting,
and spike the ball.
Interesting.
The game supports local play with family and friends on one Nintendo Switch system.
Can you do online?
As well as online play across all sports.
Nice. Okay.
Play against friends online, or for random matchmaking.
Whoa!
The more you win, the tougher the players you'll face.
There's ranked matchmaking? Are you kidding me? What?
How was that? Since I'm already here, I'd like to show you some gameplay of one of the newly added sports, volleyball.
Mr. Takahashi! Oh.
Anyway, if there's online play, is that going to be another one that anybody around here wants to play with me?
Right,
maybe.
I'll play some volleyball online together with Mr. Koizumi. Do you have your wrist strap ready?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you don't want to throw it at the TV. Fight me. Wait, was there baseball there? Was that one of the ones that was listed? I was paying more attention to like if there was online stuff. I didn't look at the names there. Maybe in badminton. Oh man.
All right. Oh, we're doing this? Volleyball, a newly added sport in Nintendo Switch.
Who's gonna hop on into?
What can we expect today?
Oh,
from
you
the
can do
Takahashi
Mii's as
Koizumi
well.
team? It's
They're like
Koizumi
taller
serve
Mii's.
with
Interesting.
Takahashi
So there's
up
like the
front.
preset characters that have like their own art style for
begin
this
with
game itself,
Koizumi
but you
serve.
can still do your
How will the opposing
your
team
Mii looks. Except
Takahashi
like your
makes the
Mii looks
block.
with the faces, but a little bit more realistic anatomy.
Koizumi saves it. A set
Interesting.
in the air, and here comes the
Interesting.
spike.
Yeah, tall Mii's.
The other team saves it and fights back.
Slightly more realistic looking Mii's.
And they score. Takahashi didn't quite get it in time.
Yeah, so there are
It's okay,
Mii's.
it's
We
okay,
could
game's not
rest
over.
easy.
Now the other team serves. Koizumi receives it. Takahashi
That's probably a
sets it
pretty
up.
good design choice
Koizumi
in that
spikes,
case.
but it goes right toward the opponent. Here's another attack. Now's their chance. They get the ball, and with a setup from Koizumi, Takahashi scores.
Wow, just barely in.
They got a point with that fierce spike.
All of humanity's
Let's
issues
stop
are
our
solved.
match
There's
here.
Mii's in this
After
game.
all, we were in the middle of a presentation. All right, I'll be leaving now.
Interesting. Yeah, Nintendo unironically does make really good sports
That was
games.
an
Like, there's so many
introduction to
massive
Nintendo
companies out there
Switch
that just make like
sports.
really, really crummy sports games that they pump up for a quick
The game
buck.
launches
But
in
Nintendo
April
straight up
29th.
actually makes really good sports games.
We're planning a free update in the summer that allows you to play soccer matches with a Joy-Con
Interesting.
controller and the leg strap accessory. You can use the
Interesting.
accessory to play shootout mode at launch. In addition,
Wow, so it's not quite
we're also
shipping
planning a
complete
second free
though.
update this fall that lets you enjoy golf.
Ship it now, finish it
Now,
later.
a
That kind of
request
mentality. I don't like that kind of mentality
To
in the
help ensure
gaming
that
industry.
you
But
can
hey,
all
it
enjoy
does seem
playing
like they're
online, we'll be having an online
You know.
playtest before the game launches to
Oh,
evaluate
interesting.
various technical aspects. We'd definitely like to ask for your help with this. The online playtest will only
Today's
be
the
available
9th,
for
huh?
players with an active Nintendo Switch Online membership on the dates shown on screen.
Aw, I
For those
can't
of you
play with
interested,
friends in the
please
test.
visit the official Nintendo website for
Bowling,
more details.
Chambara, tennis. What was Chambara was the sword
Thank
fighting,
you.
right? I think. Huh.
That's all I have
Interesting.
for now about Nintendo Switch Sports. I hope you're looking forward to this game.
Huh.
Let's see
Okay.
a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Okay. My joints are breaking. I don't know if my microphone picked that up.
Get those taiko drumming skills ready. The latest Taiko no Tatsujin game is coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
I'm not
Set in
familiar with it.
Omiko City, the sacred town for taiko drums. You'll strive to become a taiko master, along with brand new character Kumo-kyun. Drum to
Yeah, there's been a
dozens
few bits of good
bopping
stuff,
beats,
Cam, for
including
sure.
Megalovania, Gurenge,
Megalovania?
Special, and Racing into the Night. And that's not all. An orchestral version of the main theme from The Legend of Zelda is included. That's 76 songs total. Plus, take advantage of a
Did anybody hear that Megalovania was played for the Pope like about a month ago?
New modes have
That's the
also
thing
been
that
added
happened.
For everyone to enjoy. Put on a live concert with up to 4 players in Donchen Band. Or face off against each other in Great Drum Toy War.
Huh. Some mixed
Drum to
there.
your heart's content. When Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival launches on Nintendo Switch this year. Plus, a paid in-game subscription service that gives you access to over 500 songs will be available at
A
launch.
rhythm game with a subscription service?
What's new with these Nintendo Switch games?
Ugh.
The brand
This
new
I'm looking forward to.
RPG game Triangle Strategy is
This
almost
releases on
here.
my birthday, interestingly enough.
Protagonist Sarah Noah and his allies will be engulfed in the conflict among 3 nations.
I'm hyped for this
Your
one.
choices and conviction will determine their fate.
As Lord of House Wolford, I
can't wait to cover this one on the channel.
by which all future lords shall be bound. I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.
I love the art style and
New demo
graphics so
playable to
much.
The end of Chapter 3 will be available on Nintendo
Oh.
eShop later today.
Wait, we already did the demo. I thought they were saying that they were extending the demo all the way to chapter 3. Or maybe there is a new demo?
More
I don't know.
action awaits
I know
with
that we did the demo a
DLC.
while back. Was it already up to
The
chapter
delicious
3 or is it
last
actually
course.
extended to
Here,
chapter?
you'll
I don't
explore
even
a
know.
brand new Inkwell
And Cuphead's a
Island.
really cool art
Defeat
style game as well. I've never
new
played
bosses
Cuphead
with
before, but it's a
wild
really fascinating game.
personalities And even wilder attacks. The clever Miss Chalice is a new playable character. Take down fearsome foes with her double jumps, rolling dodges, and more. Cuphead, the delicious last course, wallops its way onto Nintendo Switch June 30th.
Interesting. I've heard a little bit about the Cuphead Netflix show. I know like nothing about it.
Is one hit.
Are they adding a new difficulty mode? What?
Getting hit even once causes a game over.
One-shot mode?
Difficulty.
Tread mode?
Can you face this new challenge? And for players new to the Metroid series, take advantage of increased recovery with the newly added Rookie Mode difficulty.
For like newcomers, I just want to
this free update launches
you know,
later
explore
today.
around and aren't, you know, super adept at these kinds of games. Interesting. I don't think I'm doing Dread mode. I don't.
Boss Rush Mode, in which you'll battle bosses continuously, one at a time.
Oh, I'll probably do that though. That I can probably cover. That sounds fun. I don't know if I can do Dread mode though. Oh no.
Switch.
No. Don't do it. Earthbound? That's cool at least, but like, if you could actually support your classic games in Nintendo, instead of using them to artificially inflate the price of your shitty online, that'd be great. But that's never gonna happen. So, I mean... Pause Russian Dread mode? No way. Freaking... No way there. Yeah, that's interesting. But if you, if you reveal Mother 3, that's where things would get real. I've never played Earthbound, or I played a little bit of Mother 3. I've never gotten all the way through it before. It's something I would like to cover one day, but if they freaking reveal Mother 3, that's gonna have people's attention. You know? Yeah, Mother 3, then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. Is it Mother 1? They gotta do 3 after this. Watch, they're just not gonna do 3 after this. They're just like, here's another title. Here's Earthbound Mother 2, and here's Mother 1. But here comes no Mother 3. Wait, was Mother 1 also called Earthbound?
Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings will be
Earthbound
added
Beginnings.
to Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch
no Mother
Online
3.
later today.
No Mother 3. I honestly was hoping that it would like lead into Mother 3 from there. Like, it seemed like it kind of would. No Mother 3. What a prank. What an absolute prank. My goodness gracious. Alright, so here's just like a compilation of other games coming out. Probably a whole bunch of stuff that I've never heard of. But yeah, I had these on Virtual Console. Or had, yeah. Well, the art style of that looks cool, but... Sega makes Demon Slayer games? But yeah, they localized Mother 3 as Earthbound Beginnings for the first time, yet no Mother 3. Yeah. My goodness gracious. What a Nintendo thing to do, huh? What a Nintendo thing to do. My goodness gracious. Also makes Yakuza games interesting. News to me there. Almost looks like a Semi-Planet Coaster art style with some of the characters.
What did you think?
Oh.
Here's some news for Mario Kart fans. Many of you have been enjoying the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game since its launch in 2017.
Or the Mario Kart 9 rumors.
We're working on remastering select courses from
Real
across
after
the
all.
Mario Kart series, and we'll be releasing them as paid downloadable content.
So it's getting
Please
DLC.
take a look at this trailer.
So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting DLC. So at least there'll be something new with 8 Deluxe. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Oh, look at them! Nice. Some Coconut Mall jam out here. Because we've literally had the same set of courses for how long now? With Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So like, when did Mario Kart 8 originally come out? Or when did its DLC come out, I should say. So the last time that we've gotten new courses in Mario Kart was like freaking 3,000 years ago. So seeing new courses in Mario Kart is like freaking, you know, the promised land has arrived. I do think that it would have been better if they just made a new Mario Kart game here rather than adding DLC to this. Oh my goodness! 48? That's literally enough to be its own game. They literally made enough courses to make a new game, and they were like DLC instead.
And Tokyo Blur will be included,
Which is questionable because they would make more revenue off of, you know, releasing a new game rather than releasing it as DLC. Is the thing. They would straight up make more money off of a new game, but they're doing it as DLC, and a freaking massive DLC.
The first wave of the Mario Kart 8
I mean,
Booster Course Pass will
Oh, interesting.
March 18th.
I mean, I'm down for
Begin today
saving
at
some
Nintendo
money.
eShop.
25 bucks for 48 courses, that's crazy.
Additional cost, with
I'm
an
down for
Nintendo
saving
Switch
money, I
Online
guess.
Plus Expansion Pack membership.
Oh, of course.
Purchase the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass on its own.
Of course, they use it to further, you know, justify the inflated price of the expansion pack, because of course they do.
I hope you're looking forward to the additional courses in
Well,
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
But yeah, I would prefer a cartridge as well. But yeah, at least it's a cheaper endeavor, and maybe it is better that way, because then you have like the one definitive Mario Kart game on your Switch that has like what, over 100 courses at that point. So you don't have to like if you had two different Mario Kart games on the Switch and you wanted to, you know, do the different courses, you have to take one cartridge out, put the other cartridge in, load up the other Mario Kart. So it probably is better that way as DLC. Now that I think about it. Now that I think on it.
Ionios.
Wait, should I have been paying attention? Is this Xenoblade?
What would possess you to side with them?
We're fighting because there are enemies to
Should I have been paying attention?
Used to believe you're him.
I knew it. I saw this coming.
I should have been paying attention.
You're not enemies now.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that.
Look how much better the flutes look here than in Legends Arceus, where there are freaky cylinders.
They're not your friends anymore. They're his.
So we've got the Gormati and we have the Hyentia.
Sword march. The land pierced by a great sword.
This is the remains of Bionis and Mechonis.
Way you're gonna defeat
Isn't
the
it?
real enemy.
Whatever life is lost, I won't let you shoulder it all alone.
What good filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes?
Oh, they're not bad.
Replace the friends we've lost.
The flame clock, it has to go.
Is that Nia? There was the Blade Eater Core Crystal.
They must be erased without a trace.
And Blade Eaters would live like an incredibly long time. Couldn't have been Nia, was it? Because, you know, the Gormati ears and the Blade Eater Core Crystal. Oh my goodness. Oh, the music! Holy crap! Wow! Mask Girl could be, but like there was a September. I still haven't done Xenoblade Chronicles X on the channel. Should I cram in Xenoblade Chronicles X before then? September probably gives me enough room to do it, right? Like, I probably won't be connected to Xenoblade Chronicles X, but, you know, just in case it ties the lore together. Because Xenoblade Chronicles X isn't yet part of the canon, but, you know, some of its lore kind of hints towards it potentially having some connections that might be done in future games. I don't know if that one would, but Xenoblade Chronicles X might be left abandoned. I'm surprised there wasn't anything on Breath of the Wild 2. Yo, I gotta see that again. I gotta see that again and freaking pay attention this time is what I gotta do. Hold on. I gotta see it one more time. Real quick. Just give me a hot ticker here.
Fighting in order to live. And living to fight. That's the way of our world.
So yeah, it does seem like some of the technology is based off of the Mechon, since it does seem like this is like the landmass created after, you know, the Bionis and Mechonis kind of collapsed and whatnot. So, the Bionis and Mechonis collapsed after Xenoblade 1 and created like this kind of, you know, collapsed landmass island thingamabob. And at the end of Xenoblade 2, you kind of go through this portal. It seems like it's going to another dimension or something like that, and all the Titans come together with this current landmass, and we don't know whether that was the remains of the Bionis or the Mechonis or not. If the worlds of Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 did come together by the end of Xenoblade 2, which it was implied to have, but you can't know for certain. But considering we're seeing, like, you know, clear Mechon technology here, the remains of Bionis and Makaz. You can literally see like the fallen arm and whatnot. But we're also seeing the Gormati, the from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think that this is a future after the events of Xenoblade 1 and 2 and after their universes came together. Is what I think this is, quite frankly.
What would possess you to side with them?
Yeah, because we have you know, Gormati here. We saw the high end here. We see the remains of the Bionis and Makaz, and that's a Blade Eater core crystal like Nia had. I don't know if that'd be Nia per se. Like, it is a similar hairstyle, and that is her trademark weapon of the two ring blades that she had with Dromar.
Tell me, what would
is that a Monado? Hold on.
Ionios.
Whoa, wait here. Because that looks like a Monado, is what that looks like, quite frankly. That right there looks like a Monado.
Wait, what would possess you to side with them?
Yeah, that...
Because there are enemies to kill.
I refuse to believe you to side with them.
Is that Nia?
Because there are enemies.
Because Nia would have, like, an extended, longer lifespan.
I knew it.
Is the thing.
I saw this coming.
You're not enemies now.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that
Yeah, it looks like
time you've got.
a Monado at least.
Try to move forwards again.
The Monado, Shulk's Monado is no more,
They're not your friends
I
anymore.
believe.
They're his fuel.
Sword March. The land.
Yeah, this is clearly the, you know, the upper arches of the fallen arm right here. It's like that same kind of material and style there. Also, we know that this plot is going to factor in something to do with the Fog Beasts, considering the epilogue of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition left a lot of questions unanswered. It introduced, like, the Fog Beast and the Fog King and didn't really explain them. But as I was saying earlier this stream, the art book of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition that I got as part of the Collector's Edition thingamabob said that the epilogue is meant to open the door to the future of the Xenoblade Chronicles story. So we know that some way, somehow, you know, this is going to play into the Fog Beast and Fog King of Xenoblade Definitive Edition's epilogue story.
The land pierced by a great sword.
Yeah, that's the fingers of the fallen arm there.
Land pierced
is the thing.
by a great sword.
Is that Sword Valley, isn't it? That was the Makana's sword. That's Sword Valley right there. Yeah, you totally should there, Mythic. Yeah, those are the fingers of the fallen arm right there, of the Makanas, is what that is.
It's the only way you're gonna defeat the real enemy.
Yeah, some of these areas kind of remind me of Xenoblade 2. Like, this reminds me of Xenoblade 1, also Xenoblade 1. This kind of reminds me of more Ardain in Xenoblade 2, is what that kind of reminds me of. This makes me think of Xenoblade Definitive Edition's epilogue story. I don't know what this makes me think of. That makes me think of Tales of Arise, quite frankly. Whoops. That one made me think of Xenoblade 1, but this area makes me think of the Leftharian Archipelago from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Almost as if, like, these titans have come together at the end of Xenoblade 2 after all. And this reminds me of Earthsea.
Whatever life is lost, I won't let you shoulder it all alone.
What good filling up these flickering
I think that might be
clocks?
Nia.
You'll never replace the friends we've lost.
The flame clock, it has to go.
Because, yeah, that was Nia's trademark weapon in Xenoblade 2, were the two rings. There's the Gormati rings, the yellow eyes, the Blade Eater core crystal. I think that's Nia. I think that straight up is. I have an emote of her as well, the sub emotes, the Nia smug emote. That one right there is the thing. Yeah, that's gotta be Nia then. Which is really cool, because Nia was like one of my favorite characters in the in Xenoblade 2. So I mean,
Ouroboros abhor this world. They must be erased without a trace. Ouroboros
but you also
abhor
have the
this
Blade
world.
Eater core
They must
crystal.
be erased.
So is this also Nia? Because that's also the Blade Eater core crystal. No, not Blade Eater, Flesh Eater, sorry. I've been saying Blade Eater this whole time. Mikal was the one Blade Eater of Xenoblade 2, and the, all the other Torna characters were a Flesh Eater, sorry. I got them mixed up. This, hold on. That's the Makana's sword, and this looks like Tantel, or, not Tantel, but, Uraya from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This just straight up is Uraya from Xenoblade 2. That is the Makana's sword. I think this trailer confirms that the worlds of Xenoblade 1 and 2 did come together at the end of Xenoblade 2. Nia and evil Nia. Could well be. It seems like Marv is at the ready. Yeah. I'm really surprised that there wasn't Breath of the Wild 2 news, but... Huh. I probably have the breathing room to do Xenoblade Chronicles X before. X probably isn't going to be too important. It seems like, you know, X is going to continue being like a side thing here for a while. It does seem like, but yeah. Yeah, that's how long there. It seems like. Maybe I said to Marv start a call whenever. Maybe I should just call him. Is maybe what I should do. Maybe. Huh. Should we put on some music? I feel like it might be a little bit early for 2023 kinds of games. Here, let's put on my DBD stream playlist. Is what we shall do. Here, I'm a start a voice call is what I'ma do. Huh. I'm satisfied with that Nintendo Direct. I don't know how you all feel. But I'm satisfied with it, for sure. Hold on. Where was the Here, I'll just let it play while things are happening here. There wasn't Silk Song. I'm sorry to say. Let's go back to the beginning here. Is what we'll do. There was the new Fire Emblem Warriors and stuff. Is that? But yeah, so I know that Marv is streaming right now. Nintendo Direct stuff is the thing. I'm gonna just write in his chat saying in a call at the ready. Is what I'm gonna say there. Due to COVID-19. But yeah, that was certainly something there. Didn't like the news of the DLC there, Mythic. I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea, because then you have all your games in one place, you know. Then you have them all in one place. Is the case. I am going to really quickly change to push to talk, so I'm not like speaking into the call and into a stream to strip when he arrives.
Harmonia, my good man, can you hear me?
I can indeed hear ya.
Harmony up.
Harmony up.
Yo, man, this is nuts, bro. This was a JRPG Direct, my friend.
It really was, wasn't it?
This was not a Nintendo Direct. This was a JRPG Direct, brought to you by Square Enix, bro.
Sponsored by Square Enix. Yeah, it kind of felt like that at times, didn't it?
I feel like that was the bulk of it. I mean, we got a little bit of Nintendo in there.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kirby. We got updates from Mario Kart 8, which I know a lot of people are gonna be happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but that's
freaking hyped.
That's a JRPG too.
Well, I mean, that's a Nintendo published JRPG is also the thing. Xenoblade Chronicles is like one of my favorite game IPs out there, so I'm freaking hyped for it.
I'm sure. I've watched you play a handful of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you start. I kind of took it away.
Okay.
You go for it.
I was just gonna ask you, like, first and foremost, like, general impressions of the Direct. Like, if you're satisfied with it, if you're happy with it, disappointed with it. Just wanted to know that first and foremost.
I am happy because I'm a JRPG guy, and there was a lot of classics in there. That Live Alive, that is a like deep cover like SNES gem that never made it to America. I got to play it because of the emulator. They have a translated version on the emulator, so I got to play a little bit of it. But that coming also with sort of like the Octopath graphic style.
Yeah, the HD 2D
exactly
thing of Octopath and Triangle Strategy.
That looked amazing. Then Chrono Cross, I just beat Chrono Trigger on my stream not too long ago.
Oh, nice. So that works out really well.
Yeah, it just like back to back over there. All right, give it to me. Give it to me. Front Mission, I never played those either, but I know they're a classic series from Square Enix PS1 era. Turn-based strategy game, so I'm interested in that. And I was just saying that I don't think we need a new Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart 8 just needs updates. Bada bing, bada boom, that's what we got.
Yeah, when it came to the Mario Kart announcement, at first I was like, whoa, 48 courses. that's enough to make a whole separate game. Why didn't they just release Mario Kart 9 by now? But then I thought about it and thought about, like, you know, Mario Kart being one of those kinds of multiplayer Nintendo games where there's usually just like one per console, essentially kind of similar to Smash Bros. And I realized that if you're playing Mario Kart and you want to play this course that's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, then you have to put in the cartridge for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you want to play this one course in Mario Kart 9, then you have to take out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and put in Mario Kart 9. It'd just be like super annoying and a bit of a hassle. So while at first I was like, why is this DLC and not just a separate new game? In hindsight, I realized, oh wait, it's really, really convenient. It makes a lot of sense to have all your courses in one place and just have like over 100 courses on this one cartridge. So I actually really like the idea of it being a DLC rather than a new game, and it saves you money as well by having to get another game. So I'm really glad that it's a DLC and not a new game, quite frankly.
I think it's very scumbaggish the way they're selling it though.
What, the expansion pass or?
With the expansion pass, or it's $25 every, what was it, 8 courses?
Wait, is it really 25 for all? I thought it was 25 for the whole like thing.
Maybe I need to look at it again, but from what I understood, maybe I'm wrong. It was 25 per 8 courses.
If it's 25 per 8 courses, there's freaking no way I'd even be showcasing that on my channel. But I'm fairly certain it's 25 for like the DLC bundle as a whole, and they just roll it out like bit by bit over time.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, one of my mods here is saying 25 for 6 waves.
That's not as scumbagish then. Okay, but tying it to the expansion pass, they pretty much made it valuable now.
Yeah, I mean, they did the same with like the Animal Crossing DLC. The whole idea, in my opinion, I'd say that the whole idea behind putting NES and SNES games behind online is to inflate the price of online. And the whole reason behind putting like the Animal Crossing DLC and now the Mario Kart DLC behind the expansion pass of N64 and Genesis is to inflate the price of that as well, or to justify the inflated price since it's already that price. It's not like it's increasing in price, but
they justified it, and I'm willing to bet that more games coming down the road are also going to be included in the expansion pack. So
yeah, more games DLC.
Exactly. So I think it's going to keep getting justified and more reasonable as time goes on. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm worried about the internet though. I feel like there wasn't too much variety on the Direct. Like I can see a lot of people not being happy with it.
I'm surprised there wasn't Breath of the Wild sequel news. Like that's something that people are gonna get really mad about probably. But
that and Prime 4, Bayonetta 3. You know, I was thinking there was gonna be something for all of those, but I guess not. 5 years in, we still haven't gotten no Metroid Prime 4 news.
Yeah.
And
it was revealed. It's like, oh, we're doing development from the beginning, and now it's just been a ghost.
A ghost town. It's a ghost town in the Metroid Prime development room.
Yeah.
There's like tumbleweed flying by. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of variety here, but there was a lot for me personally as a JRPG head and a Nintendo head. I mean, I'm gonna play me a lot of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me what was going on with Switch Sports, Nintendo Switch Sports? Because
it seems like the kind of spiritual successor to Wii Sports, from what I can tell. They're trying to capitalize off of the success of that and bring a lot of the things that people really liked of Wii Sports Resort into the mix, like the sword fighting, for example, as well as some new things. It seems interesting with things like the online multiplayer, and the fact that it'll have like ranked matchmaking seems a bit crazy.
I don't understand what's going on with the Miis though, because I saw that they were like different avatars running around that didn't look like Miis. So is Nintendo retiring the Miis?
So from what I could tell there, it seemed like the game itself has like its own unique art style that looks kind of like the avatars from like the Xbox 360 almost. But when they showed off the like an actual volleyball demo, like with a couple people at the end there, it did show that like they had Mii faces on them. So it seems like the default characters are this new art style, but you can still set the faces to your own Miis if you want. It seems like. I don't know if you can customize the new style or if it's just like a handful of presets or what it is, but it does seem like Miis are still around just with this new anatomy. And
I wouldn't mind if they updated the Mii's look like this. Like those had a little more detail on them, the new characters.
I feel
think
like
it's time for an update.
I feel like completely changing the Mii system though would have to come with like a new console kind of thing, considering, you know, you can go into your Switch's settings right now and still make a Mii. Like, it's not as big of a feature as it was in you know, the Wii and Wii U era, but you can still go into your Switch's settings and make a Mii with the same presets essentially that there's been since like the Wii era. There might be some new customizability stuff, but
there's a few new assets in there, but not much. So like I think that needed an overhaul, and I agree with you. It's probably going to be when there's a new console. But them not putting them at the forefront of this trailer though says to me that we're not thinking about Mii's right now. Like that's in the background. Like you could use them if you want, but they're not as big as a focus as they were 10 years ago.
Which is really surprising considering games like Miitopia in recent times and such.
Yeah, what was the Tamagotchi Life? What was the one called?
Yeah, it was Tamagotchi Life, and then Miitopia came out after that.
Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna get any more Mii games. Or we're gonna get games featuring Mii's, but not necessarily
Mii
all
games
built around Mii's.
Yeah, might well be. I know that Miitopia, when it came out on the Switch, was just like an enhanced version of the original 3DS game. That's what it was meant to be.
What do you think about No Man's Sky?
I think that's interesting how it's coming to the Switch. I've never played No Man's Sky before. I think it's a really fascinating story to analyze from a game development standpoint in terms of like a comeback story, and how it had like a really troublesome launch but still sold a lot, and they could have absolutely taken the money and ran, but they took the time to like really flush it out and save their reputation, make people really like their game and such. And I think that's really cool. So I really quite like No Man's Sky for like the comeback story that it tells and how fascinating of a story it is, but I've never played it myself. I might potentially consider playing it because, as I mentioned before, it is a very fascinating story in the gaming industry, but
you are being very generous in calling the launch troublesome, only troublesome. you're being very generous to them. That was a shit show. That was the definition of a shit show, my friend. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on your stream, but
I don't mind.
That's the only one I'm gonna drop because that is an absolute shit show. But yeah, man, no, that was a bad time for them. That was very bad. But yeah, it is a comeback story, and it's a lovely one, man. I mean, it looked nice on the Switch. I'm not gonna lie. I played it at launch, and it was bad. It was really bad. Taco says calling it a shit show is an insult to shit and shows. But now it looks like it's decent. I might give it another swing if I'm still interested around the time of it launches. But
yeah, I've heard that a lot of stuff got added. I'll consider getting it on the Switch.
Yeah, and I want to see if it runs as well as it did on the PS4, because that's a kind of like a 5-year-old game. It should run well, I hope. It's a big game too. It's massive. Like you fly across the whole galaxy, dude. Like I'd be interested to see how that turns out.
The crazy generation that they have going on for the crazy expansive world and such.
I wonder if they got the multiplayer working for it. I haven't kept up with the updates, but that was one of the big criticisms, that they said it was going to have multiplayer. These people would fly to the same planet, try to find each other, and not be able to find each other.
Oh yeah, like I remember hearing about that, where it's like they said that there is multiplayer, but the universe is so big that the chances of ever running into somebody are next to none. But then like day one, 2 people found the exact same spot in the universe anyway, but couldn't find each other there, which showed that it was just single player.
That was a horrible thing to say. Why would you lie like that?
Yeah,
Gamers do everything.
It was probably a plan, but probably got cut.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. That's insane. But we also got the Assassin's Creed collection up there. I see you play a couple of those games. I've never gotten around to them.
Back in the beginning of 2020, I believe it was, I started playing through every Assassin's Creed game to ever come out except for the mobile games in order. And thus far, I've gotten through one DS spin-off of one called Altair's Chronicles that freaking sucked. A PSP spin-off of one called Bloodlines that was alright. 2, a DS spin-off of 2 called Discovery that sucked, but not as much as the original DS one. Brotherhood, Revelations 3, Liberation 4, Freedom Cry, Rogue, and I'm currently on Unity right now. So all I have left are Chronicles, Origins, no, I have freaking Chronicles, Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla, and then I'll be caught up on this insane journey that's been going on for over 2 years now, because there's a lot of games behind it.
So what is it? You're just like massively invested? You're a super fan for the Assassin's Creed series?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say that I like doing things on my channel in order is what I like doing. I like having a series of like this game into this game into this game and yada yada. I like the Assassin's Creed series. I feel like a lot of their games are like either great or awful. They can be hit or miss a lot of the time. But I was just like,
you have OCD.
Well,
yeah,
when I'm doing a playthrough and I have like a series on my channel, I have like a playlist, it's just so satisfying to have like the whole thing in order. So I have a playlist on my channel right now that's like been my Assassin's Creed series thus far. That's like 500 or something videos or something like that. That's everything in order thus far. It's just so satisfying.
No, I get it. Yeah, like you have a catalog that your grandchildren can go through and like see day by day how my grandfather lived and how he spent his time. No, I totally get it, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I totally get it.
That's what's going on here. That's what to show the grandkids right there.
That's tough with a Ubisoft series too, because they drop a new one every year. So
they used to. They don't do it anymore.
Oh, that's good then. That's
like
a lot better.
The one that I'm on right now, I'm currently playing Unity, which was from 2014. That is the game where their annual releases really caught up to them, and it launched in such a glitchy state that it like really tarnished the reputation of the series, to the point that they released the DLC for the game completely for free as an apology for shipping the game so unfinished. I'm playing it recently in 2022. They actually fixed most of the glitches. It is a much better game than I remember playing in 2014. 2014, I freaking hated the game, but playing it again recently, it's like one of my new favorites in the series now. Is crazy. But ever since then, they stopped doing annual releases because they realized they got their lesson with that.
It's just bad.
Yeah,
bro. That's just the gaming world we live in. Like, you will get a game day one and it will be trash, and its reputation will be dragged throughout the internet in all corners and all sectors. But then, like, you played a year later and like, oh, this is actually not bad. But no one cares anymore. They've moved past because the mob moves on to the next bad thing.
I saw a mini documentary recently talking about Battlefield 2042. I've never really played Call of Duty or Battlefield games or whatever, but it talked about how so much of the gaming industry has this kind of mentality and kind of development cycle. Like with Battlefield as an example, it was like the game ships incomplete. 6 months later, it'll be a good playable game, but then 6 months after that, the next game comes out anyway in an unfinished state. 6 months after that, it's actually finished and, you know, playable and whatnot, and 6 months after that, the next game comes out, and so on and so forth. So that with this like crazy development cycle, I feel like we see that in like a lot of games out there, this mentality of ship it now, fix it later.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle, and it's continuing. It has not stopped either, and every company is kind of guilty of it in a way. Maybe Nintendo, I don't remember them ever doing that.
Oh, Pokemon's been doing that a bit lately.
Okay,
the
so
state that
Pokemon,
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl shipped it. Hoo boy.
Oh wow, no, I didn't even know. But then yeah, everyone's guilty of it then. Every company has done this unreleased state jazz, and they usually fix it 6 months down the road. But then of course, the next bad game comes out that's unreleased. So yeah, it sucks. It's not getting better, and it's kind of on our shoulders also, because we buy these games day one before looking at the reviews and before even like we buy into the hype.
But
Cyberpunk being probably the worst ever seen.
When everybody's kind of doing the same kind of thing, and that's just the way the market is, you as a consumer can't really go somewhere else to get that same experience at a better quality, because you can't a lot of the time. But
no, you're right.
But it's why also a lot of people are resorting to indie games and such lately, and why a lot of people are calling it like a golden age of indie games, which is really interesting. But yeah, I feel like there was a lot more care taken in the age before you could update games, back in the age where, you know, you would ship the game and that would be the game because you had to make sure that it was in a state ready to ship. But with the age of the internet and updates, there are so many large developers that just kind of take that as the excuse to just ship it in whatever state it's in, and whatever issues they can just be fixed later. Don't worry about it. When they can make the revenue right now.
Bingo. I agree with you completely. Hey, we can just update it later. Like editors say, we'll just do it in post. We'll just fix it in post. So how many of these games would you actually buy from this direct? Taking it back to the direct.
If I go through them, the very first thing that was announced was the new Fire Emblem Warriors game. I have some music playing that I'm gonna turn down a smidge really briefly. The new Fire Emblem Warriors game was revealed, and you know, it's one that's based around Fire Emblem Three Houses, and let me just say, Fire Emblem Three Houses, that game came out back in the middle of 2019, and it is a 70-hour JRPG, but with 4 different routes is a thing. So a 70-hour JRPG 4 times, except the first half, the first like 20 to 50 hours, so more than half actually, is the exact same, just so that you can experience like a different second half, and it is the most mentally draining thing. So I only just recently started my 4th and final playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses, so I can finally say that the game is done with, and I'm never gonna come back to Three Houses ever again. And right as I'm in the middle of this, I'm really looking forward to finally finishing off this game and not having to worry about it after 3 years. They reveal the next Three Houses game of Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes.
Right? I actually missed this trailer. I didn't catch it on the direct. I don't know. I had to refresh my screen. It didn't play right away.
Oh, it was the very first one there. So yeah. part of me is kind of frustrated that after 3 years, I was so looking forward to being like, Three Houses is done on the channel finally, only for Nintendo to be like, pranked, here's more Three Houses stuff. But, you know, it is a new game with new gameplay with the, you know, the Warriors style. And I really like the Nintendo Warriors games thus far. And, I doubt that this Warriors game is going to be a 70-hour JRPG 4 times, like the game it's based on. So, I'm looking forward to it. There's a small part of me that's salty, but I'm really looking forward to it. So, I'll definitely be getting that. If I,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can quite scan through. When I try to, like, hover over the timeline, it just shows, like, a white box, so I have to kind of go off of memory here. Definitely the new Kirby game, for sure.
Oh, wow. We didn't talk about that one. Yeah, give me your synopsis.
Yeah, so the new Kirby game, Triangle Strategy, I'm really looking forward to. That actually releases on my birthday, interestingly enough. So that'll be a fun game to play on that day. I might potentially get that other HD 2D game that's getting like the remake. Potentially continue with this HD 2D series because I really like the art style, and Octopath Traveler was really, really good and such. I'm looking forward to the other things
Live Alive. Live Alive is a great game. I didn't get to beat it. I played it on an emulator with a fan translation. I'm sure a lot of it's gonna get cut out because there was some crazy jazz in there. But yeah, I totally recommend you give that a whirl, especially because you're into the 2D HD games.
Oh, they look so cool.
They do.
Yeah. So
and I like that this one does not have the desaturated color scheme that Octopath and Triangle have. Because now it stands out apart from it a little bit more because it's definitely not like those games at all. Like every journey in that game is a different gameplay style. Like when you pick the wrestler's story, it's a wrestling game with like a grid-based combat, and then when you play the cowboy, it's crazy.
You make me want to give it a shot. Yeah.
Give it a shot, bro.
I probably will if I have the chance to here. But yeah, so the new Fire Emblem Warriors, the new Kirby, Live Alive, or whatnot, I'll probably give a shot to. Definitely Triangle Strategy. It wasn't mentioned during this direct, but both Breath of the Wild sequel and Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope are 2 games that I'm really hyped for, and I really wish there was some stuff here in this direct. What other things were in the direct? Xenoblade Chronicles 3, absolutely. If I had to pick one game from this direct that I could play, freaking Xenoblade 3, absolutely, because I'm a freaking Xenoblade mega fan. What else was in here? Oh, the new Mario Strikers I'll definitely be picking up, along with the new Wii Sports, or the Switch Sports, or whatever the heck. What else was?
You have 5 games you would buy from this direct already? Wow, so this was a good show for you. This was a good one for me. That might be all of it, unless there's anything that I'm forgetting here.
But yeah, this was a good one for me.
5+ games. Once you get past 2 or 3, you're already in the green. So like this is a very good direct for you.
Yeah, and I like this direct.
I feel the same way. And not for the same games. I mean, a lot of my buys are going to be a lot of the classic games that they brought back. Chrono Cross is definitely a buy for me. Live Alive, which Tatsuki just wrote, Lancer just wrote. Live Alive is actually the game that inspired Octopath Traveler. I didn't know that.
Really?
So that probably makes a lot more sense now.
Now I really want to play it.
Yeah. The new Mario Kart courses is gonna make me buy the expansion pack now.
Oh yeah, that's another one for me I forgot to mention. And also on the topic of Live Alive, would you also be getting Triangle Strategy, or?
I don't know about Triangle Strategy just because I like strategy games or turn-based strategy games, but I really like the Final Fantasy Tactics games, and I like them because of the job class system. And Taco told me the job class system is not in Triangle, so I'm like, I don't know. I have to play the demo a couple more times, which I saw they're dropping a new one. So I guess I'll give that a shot, and then I'll give you an answer again after that.
Okie doke.
But I got like 4 games I guess I would buy out of this. I have to watch it again to give you a clear answer on that one too. But 4 plus, I would say. So yeah, I'm in the green too. This was a good one for me. This was a good one. This is a good one for JRPG heads, for people that wanted more Mario Kart content, for people that wanted more Xenoblade. I mean, damn, I gotta get into the Xenoblade series now, dude.
I would so totally recommend Xenoblade 1 and 2, especially considering from what I saw in the trailer for 3, it does seem like 3 picks up after 1 and 2. There's
yeah.
With me liking to do things on my channel in order, I've played Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 on the channel already, but I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles X yet, and now I really wonder if I should, like, really quickly ham out a playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles X before Xenoblade 3 comes out, though X seems to be its own continuity and isn't, you know, related to the overarching story, so it's probably not that necessary, but I might still do it anyway, and it's a debate for me.
You should, man. You still have your Wii U, or you have the emulator?
Yeah, I still have my Wii U, and there was a Xenoblade Chronicles X I actually started doing a playthrough of, like, back in early 2018 when I was, like, a new content creator was a thing. But I never saw the playthrough all the way to the end, and my, I have it in a drawer here somewhere. My save data for it is on, like, a USB that lost the plastic end of it that is now just, like, the little, you know, actual chip part without any casing around it. So I can't recover my save file unless I can repair this somehow. And it's been so long since then that it makes more sense just to start it from the beginning anyway, so.
That's funny. Yeah, it probably started over, dude.
Yeah, and I'll probably do it on emulator when I do. Back in 2018, I did it on my actual Wii U, and I still have those old episodes on my computer. So I'll make them, like, when the day comes that I do Xenoblade X, I'll just make the old 2018 stuff like bonus episodes at the end. But for now, it all exists solely on my computer and in my heart.
That's cool. A little retro harmony there. Yeah. Harmony up. I think the Xenosaga, not Xenosaga, just the Xeno series is kind of like the most I guess it's like the most interesting, like, I guess successor of games, because it really is the same team from, like, the Chrono Trigger guys to Chrono Cross to Xenosaga to Xenogears to Xeno.
Really? They worked on Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross as well.
Some of the team, yeah, especially the composer of the music. Like, these are all like the same team. They left Square. They went to, like,
no wonder
Namco.
The music is so good.
Yeah, like this is like they're spiritual successors of each other. They're not in the same universe or have the same character, but they have the same themes of, like, philosophy and, like, and spirituality and all that kind of stuff. So I would love to play through all those games from, like, beginning to end, just like how you're doing with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Go from Chrono to Cross to Xenogears to Xenoblade, all that stuff.
To Xenosaga to Xenoblade. I've never played Xenogears or Xenosaga. I'd like to one day, but
most fans haven't. Yeah. Most fans haven't. It started with Xenoblade, and there's no reason to go back. Honestly, there really isn't any reason to go backwards.
It's just
none
better
of
games
them
now.
are as good as the Blade series. None of them are as good. But the themes are there, and you can kind of see the heritage. Like, where some of these gameplay ideas started back then. So just for that, I would want to go back and play it. But Xenogears is a very wild game. Like, if you're gonna play any of the old Xeno games, do Gears, man. That game is wild. That game is very wild, and the art style is pretty cool too. It has the 2D sprites with a 3D aesthetic backgrounds and whatnot. So that's a pretty good playthrough. But yeah, man. Overall, the direct. I mean, I loved it, man. I'm happy, very happy. Very happy with it.
That was good to hear there. Are there any specific games you might like to discuss? Like, for example, what do you think about the new Kirby game, for example?
I am blown away how they never run out of new ideas for Kirby, bro. The man is sucking up cars and driving them. He's sucking up vending machines now.
There are definitely some Nintendo IPs out there that do, like, a whole lot of the same with, like, very little different from game to game, like Pokemon a lot of the time, for example, until Legends Arceus. But Kirby is one of those ones that like keeps the same kind of premise, but like changes the formula so much each time. Sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. But I do respect how they, you know, always keep on trying something like so different. This new one actually looks like really cool and fun. I'm actually pretty hyped for it.
Kirby is the X factor, bro. Like Kirby is like, we want to try a new gameplay experiment with or a gameplay mechanic with one of our series. We're gonna do it with
Give
Kirby.
it to Kirby.
Like, give it to Kirby. Give it to Kirby. Just try it on them. See how the fans like it.
Either Mario or Kirby, one of the two. Those are the two that always get it.
Like I feel like Cappy is just Kirby on Mario's head. Like if you really think about it. So like yeah, I think Kirby's games are always interesting. I don't ever really go out and buy a Kirby game, but if I see it on sale or something like that, I'll try it out for a little bit or whatnot. But definitely you never know what you're gonna get with a Kirby game, and it's always gonna be good. It's always gonna be good. I don't think there is a bad Kirby game. Maybe just one you're not too fond of, but definitely there's no bad.
Yeah.
So no, I like that they experiment with Kirby. I like the open world thing. I like that he's getting a 3D game finally. Like he's had 2D 3D games, but this is his first full 3D game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like I know that there was N64, the Crystal Shards or Stars or whatever. That was the 2D 3D as you were mentioning.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So no, this is awesome. It's about time. He deserves it.
Yeah. Good on him. It's about time he got that promotion.
Good on him. Good on him. Feed the kids.
Proud of him.
But other than that, actually, what's your opinion on Kirby? I didn't hear your side of it.
I mean, it's mostly a whole lot of the same. Like, I do really respect how Kirby experiments with a lot of different things as the series has gone on here, and I am really looking forward to like this new like full 3D environment and the using like different objects in the world as well, like the Kirby vending machine, the Kirby car, stuff like that. I think that'll be like really charming and interesting to see how that plays out. The graphics of it look freaking phenomenal. It looks so incredibly charming. I really like the look of that. It makes games like Pokemon Legends Arceus look like a joke graphics wise, because that game looks so freaking pretty. I'm definitely really looking forward to that one. The first big playthrough I ever did on this channel was a Kirby Star Allies on the Switch actually, so it'll be interesting coming to the next Kirby game on the Switch like 4 years later here.
Yeah, man, it's a comeback party, a reunion party. What do you think about Splatoon 3?
Oh yeah, that's something that's probably a good one to talk about there.
It kind of got overshadowed by other stuff, but yeah, what do you think about that one?
I feel like Splatoon, like when I first heard about Splatoon and like, you know, during the era of Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2, my interpretation of Splatoon was it was gonna be like one of those multiplayer Nintendo games that there's just one of per console. Like here's the definitive that game for that console, like Mario Kart, like Smash Bros, like ARMS if that gets another game on like a future console or something like that. Things like this that only get one game per console. If you want to play that game, that IP, then here's the one dedicated multiplayer game to do so. So I thought that after Splatoon's success there would be a Splatoon 3 one day, but I thought it would be as of like the next console is what I thought. I was very confused when Splatoon 3 was announced for the Switch, and it was like, oh, this is coming out already? What's gonna happen to Splatoon 2 after that? Is the and what's gonna happen to the multiplayer of that? Is it just gonna become like, you know, just the place where people play who couldn't afford to get Splatoon 3 or something like that? Like so I was very confused. I feel like the Switch doesn't need another Splatoon game per se because it already had Splatoon 2, and I look at the trailers and I'm like, this looks like basically the same game. Does this really warrant a new title on the same console? A lot of people that I know that play Splatoon are like, what are you talking about? Look, there's so much new stuff. This looks so different. I'm just like, okay, I'll take your word for it, I guess.
Same here.
That's the way I feel.
Same, almost exactly. I don't play Splatoon games, so I couldn't tell you what's different about this one. Lancer says, okay, for real, when the trailer dropped, I thought for a second it was Metal Gear Rising port.
With the helicopter.
I thought that too. With the helicopter looks so realistic. Or like photorealistic.
I feel like it doesn't quite match the art style of like the rest of the world.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a post-apocalyptic setting now from the looks of it. So I don't know. I don't ever know how to feel about Splatoon. It looks enormously fun, but I tried playing it a couple times and couldn't really get into it. I don't know if I'd try it again, but good for them, the Splatoon fans. That if it's getting a sequel right away on the Switch, which is like rare for Nintendo to do a direct sequel on the same console, like you said. Um, it could mean two things. It could mean the game's doing so well that it just needs more updates. It just needs an I don't know, or it could mean that they capped off on sales for part two already. Like people are playing part two, but it's just not selling anymore, so they have to make a new one to get those same people to buy the new version.
Yeah, like 2 had its cycle and it had its DLC as well. And
yeah,
now,
like
now it's time for the next one.
Yeah, and I'll see if they can figure out a way to kind of make it a little. I don't want to say it's not user friendly, but I will say you are very starstruck when you first pick up the controller and play it. If you're like not used to playing with gyro controls for a shooting game,
yeah, it's a very different experience.
Yeah, because I was star-crossed. I was like, what's going on here? I have to be very close range to hit him with my gun, which is a paintball gun or whatever. But I have to be very close range for it to work. I have to reload by going inside of the puddles that I make.
Yeah,
the ink. You know, so it's weird, but I'll probably give it another try. But I don't know if I'd spend $60 on it.
Because I do things in order. I've already done Splatoon 1 in preparation for this, and now I'm gonna have to do 2 and its DLC in preparation for this, even if it's not quite my cup of tea. After playing Splatoon 1, I thought it was interesting, but not quite my cup of tea, which wasn't too big of a deal considering it was a short game, so I didn't have to be in it super long for the campaign. It does very much seem like the focus is on the multiplayer rather than like the campaign.
Yeah,
it does have interesting bosses though.
That has been the case, right? With the second one also. Like, was that the case too?
I believe so. I own it and I played it back in the day. Like, I only became a content creator and like, you know, early 2018 was a thing, and Splatoon 2 came out in like 2017, so that was a bit before I started streaming. But I remember that it was something similar to that. I'll find out again properly here soon when I do 2. But
yeah, man. Let's see. Shout out to BraveryArcade. He said, "Yo, I love today's direct." Yeah, people are liking it. Then
yeah,
I have a sneaky suspicion watching it, the whole thing of it, that I was like, the internet's gonna go nuts. There's no Breath of the Wild. There's no Metroid. There's there's missing a lot of things that people were expecting.
Well, there was new stuff for Metroid Dread, at least with Boss Rush and the
True. Which I don't know if that would make me
modes.
pick up the game again. I don't know if that's enough for me to pick it up.
You don't want to go through with Dread mode. You don't want to beat the game without ever getting hit.
No, God no. There's so many tiny insects that do damage, like without you even noticing they're there. No, I'm good, dude. And I wasn't even that big on Dread. I think it's a great game, but I don't think it's for me though. It just didn't hit me like this is the next level of like the Metroidvania genre. Like, this is not the next update of it. Like, kind of like how Breath of the Wild, it completely changed
game, but it's not a Zelda game.
Yeah, well, me and you have very conflicting opinions about Breath of the Wild. I've watched your entire like video essays on it, so like
a 3-hour long one.
Yeah, I did, and I'm actually like opposed to what you're saying, but I will say that at least it tried new things. I think Metroid Dread doesn't really try new things. It just kind of like sharpens what's already was there with the previous Metroid games. So that kind of disappointed me. I was expecting them to like, be daring after like so many years of like indie games that have kind of come out and kind of like expanded on the, I don't even know what genre you want to call that. The
Metroidvania
exploration games. Yeah, Metroidvania genre. There's so many indie games that do that same thing already, but like they found very creative ways to expand on it. And Metroid is still kind of using like ideas that they've used since like the Super Nintendo. So like, if you weren't expecting, if you didn't need anything new, you would be happy with it. But I needed kind of something, a new thing in it, kind of like how they do with Kirby, where, hey, this is the new idea we brought to the table for this Kirby game. Like there wasn't something like that for Dread.
I mean, I liked Metroid Dread, and I liked how it did new things with things like the Emmy areas and how the Emmy worked in making it feel like a not quite a horror game, but kind of spook you in that way and invoke a sense of dread, or expanding on Samus Returns with like the free aim and the counters and stuff like that made the combat feel a lot more intuitive and feel a lot more than just go around shooting whatever moves, is what I felt like. So I liked Dread myself, but I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I kind of wanted them to evolve the game, kind of how they did with like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, like evolve the genre a little bit, like move the needle forward a little bit. But I do agree, there are new ideas out there in Dread. Let me not just stomp it to the ground, but I don't know, it just wasn't enough for me. Like I think the boss fights are amazing. The Emmys kind of gets tiresome after like the third one where you're like, oh, I gotta do this again with this guy.
Yeah, it can get a little tiresome.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. I have conflicting opinions about even inside myself. Like, was it a good game? Did I not like it? Did I like it? I beat the whole thing. I don't know, but I don't know. I want to see what happens next. Where do you take it from here now? I hope it doesn't get put on a shelf for another 12 years or whatever.
It is interesting to see it get some new content, even if that new content is just like, new modes. It isn't new, actual things in the world. It's just like new modes and ways to play, to be fair. But I just still need to see it getting that support. And I do hope that there is stuff with Prime 4 in the future.
Yeah, it could be the first of more because, and let's talk about Mario Kart becoming more of a games as a service than just like just another entry. So would you be mad if Nintendo starts making more games as a service games, kind of like how Fortnite, how Rocket? You would be immediately said that. Immediately.
I hate the games as a service model.
But my whole thing is if we're only getting one Mario Kart per console always, then why not just keep updating it until the next console comes out? Like why not keep doing? Because people are still buying Mario Kart, and people are still willing to play Mario Kart.
I feel like it makes sense for something like Mario Kart. I kind of like the idea of DLC here, because as I was saying before, like while I was kind of initially disappointed that it's DLC and not a new game, especially considering 48 courses is more than enough for a new game. In hindsight, it does make sense, like convenience wise, to have that all in one cartridge, so you don't have to like change cartridges, change games whenever you want to like switch to some other courses. So I think something like Mario Kart, how only having one game per console, that kind of makes sense. But so maybe the games as a service model might not be too bad when it comes to like multiplayer games like Mario Kart, for example. But for single player games, there should never be a games as a service model.
Totally agree with you there. Totally agree with you. But like I'm thinking Mario Party, golf, tennis, all those things that only get one entry, they're just multiplayer games. If I can just get some cosmetics in there and some new courses and some new characters, I'd be happy. I'd probably play the game until the next console came out. I'd probably be playing Mario Kart right now if there was a Terry Bogard outfit I could buy for Wario or something like that. Dude.
Imagine that'd be pretty hype. But
Thank you for now following Chucho. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't see too much of a downside of it, but I do know that certain games as a service are a gateway drug to start doing more scummy business practices, like
and
telling you reskin or recolors of the same character or whatever.
And it also fosters the mentality that we were discussing earlier of ship now and fix it later. Like that was something that I've seen, and I play mostly Nintendo games, but there are some PC games that I play here and there as well. I feel like that's something I very much saw with Watch Dogs Legion, for example, when I played that, where, it was just kind of like, ship it now, and like, here's the basic kind of stuff done, and, all the real meat to it and nitty-gritty, really cool stuff is only coming later down the line, and cool stuff that, like, adds more depth and whatnot. And what's being said in my chat over here, I agree with what Mythic is saying over here, saying that games as a service work in very limited scenarios like MMOs. And in 90% of scenarios, they don't work at all and just demand your time.
Yeah, I totally get the consensus. Like, this is not a very loved business practice at all.
Yeah.
But I just think if Mario Kart can just get cosmetics on a schedule, like new courses, new characters, new stages that you can pay for, not necessarily in a bundle, but like by itself. If I can just pay for one course because I don't like the rest. And then there's like a new.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say that you can do that in like a multiplayer game where, what if you're playing against somebody that has a course that you don't,
True. So maybe not courses, but at least cosmetics, like outfits and stuff like that. Because that for me, like, I don't understand why in Smash, there's not an option, or they're not selling us cosmetics for our characters. Like, I feel like people would pay ridiculous amounts of money for Cloud in his Kingdom Hearts outfit.
Imagine they start selling NFT cosmetics like some game companies are doing. How much money they would make off of that.
that's the downside of it, right? Like once you go down one road, why? Well, we already did the games as a service. Why don't we just go down the NFTs now? And like, yeah, I know it's a dark path to walk down, but I also think that Mario Kart 8 is just such a good and solid game that I wish it was still getting updated on a periodically time. Like, you know, why not? But keep updating this thing. Like it still sells. People are still buying Mario Kart. When you look at any of the sales
it's like one of the top selling games on the Switch.
Bro, it's up there. Like it's never leaving the top until Mario Kart 9 comes out. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like why not, man?
It might not even leave the top. I don't think that there's a Mario Kart 9 coming out for the Switch. I think it would be a next console thing since they, you know, established that they're doing DLC for this now. But I think that if in theory a Mario Kart 9 did come out on the Switch, I don't think it would overtake Mario Kart 8 Deluxe just because of how much more time Mario Kart 8 has had to establish itself, especially being like bundled in with a lot of ways that you can buy the Switch as well. That really helps it as well. It's one of those like must-own kind of games if you have a Nintendo console as Mario Kart. So it's like such a standard thing. Yeah. And also I've been watching the direct back with like audio off while we've been talking here. I'm on the Mario Kart part right now. It looks like the first wave comes out on March 18th, the first wave of stages. If when that comes out you want to play in a Mario Kart together, freaking hit me up.
I'm down, dude. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have our get together, man. And I gotta actually hit the Dusty Trail soon, but man, this is good. We gotta do this like every time there's a direct or something, man.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind that. Also, another thing is being brought up here in my chat by Mythic. Can we just talk about how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was Mario Kart 8 for Wii U, but with all the DLC included plus extras? Now they're doing DLC for the all DLC included Mario Kart.
It's so bizarre, right? But you could say that about Ultimate. Ultimate is Smash 4 with a lot of gameplay tweaks, a lot more characters.
But still a new original game. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was an enhanced port.
True. I just always thought of like Ultimate kind of stole so much of the skeleton from 4 that you can kind of get away with calling it a deluxe port a little bit at least.
Did you hear about how on release there was a thing left in the game where after Bowser Jr. used up B, Bowser Jr. could air dodge infinite times because it was left in from Smash 4 in Ultimate?
What? No, I never saw that.
Yeah, when Bowser Jr. uses up B and can air dodge, you could air dodge multiple times like in Smash 4 on launch because they forgot to give that specific scenario the code of the new air dodges.
Yeah, they're still running off the same engine from 4, so yeah, but closer to what Mythic said, like it's bugged out how we're buying DLC for the deluxe version of a game from 12 years ago, right? When did 8 originally come out?
That's a good question. I could look it up. Also, freaking
10 years ago, maybe.
Let's see here. Hold on.
Let me.
For when Smash 4 came out, or
no, Mario Kart 8, the original version for Wii U.
Mario Kart 8 release date. Let me just really quickly see here. It came out on May 29th, 2014. So like.
Oh, okay, not 10 years old yet.
So about 8 years old.
Yeah. 8 years later, getting new DLC for a game. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Deluxe version, the deluxe port of a game.
It got DLC on the Wii U, and now it's getting DLC on the Switch.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. But bro, good talking to you. Yeah, man. We're both in agreement. This was a very good direct. And yeah, man, we gotta do a little after direct convos regularly.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
That sounds good, man. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna jump off the voice chat. Harmonia, awesome, always talking to you.
You as well. I appreciate the discussion here. I feel like it was a good time, and I feel like we covered a lot of bases here.
Hell yeah, but do your thing, guy. All right, take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Alright, well, there's the call. Freaking Guzma dropping 69 bits now, reaching a total of 100,000 bits on the channel, which is absolutely insane. Had to drop it at a time when I was in voice call, so I didn't even get to properly respond to it at the time. You absolute mad lad, Guzma. I appreciate the absolutely insane generosity with like the total amount of bits. I know that you were saving the final 69 to reach 100,000 there for a special time, and you decided to drop it at Xenoblade 3 there. My goodness gracious. I do not have the words for your freaking crazy madness. Anybody that isn't familiar with your boy Guzma, freaking go check out his YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber as well. makes up Pokemon mashups and shit posts and stuff. Go check him out. I'm gonna pause the music here real quick. Yeah, as I was saying with Marv there, I do feel like we did cover a whole lot of bases there. The one that I am most intrigued by is still Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I mean, as I mentioned before we got into the discussion there. I just want to tune into this one last time because freaking, you know, I'm a Xenoblade mega fan. is the thing. Don't check you out. But yeah, now this calls the question: do I play Xenoblade Chronicles X on the channel before this comes out? How many days before this comes out? Because Xenoblade Chronicles X is a long game, and it would make for a very, very long series. Is it
Tell me.
Hold on. Can I turn on subtitles for what he's saying there? But yeah, never actually played a Xenoblade game, but you watched enough playthroughs that you immediately recognized it. I should have recognized it a bit more immediately, like initially at the time. I was just too distracted talking about other stuff. First one at 100,000 hours shall forever be at 100,000. You're saying to do it? Do a Xenoblade Chronicles X playthrough? I have some other things I need to get through. Like I can pull up the current schedule. This is what's going on right now. I only have a little bit left to Legends Arceus, and then I'm done. We're doing our final playthrough of 3 houses. There's still a lot to do with freaking Explorers of Sky. So these I should be able to do relatively quickly. I probably have one last session of Assassin's Creed Unity for the main game, but then there's the DLC, and the DLC I might be able to do in 1 to 2 sessions. So like, this, I probably only have 1 stream left. This, I probably have a few streams left, but I can bum rush it. This, maybe a few streams left. This is a freaking big project if I'm doing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, if I'm just doing the special episodes in the post-game, we might actually be able to do it in a reasonable time. Heck, maybe after this direct, we should do like the next special episode. If that's something that you guys would like to see, just like switch over the stream to the next special episode of Explorers of Sky. We have Igglybuff the Prodigy next. Anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact is gonna be so confused. Like, you're not at that point in the game. Yeah, we freaking committed hard and made like a whole lot of parts in advance. So and then there's like my big Minecraft project, which is the you know, massive editing playthrough project on the channel. I was editing this freaking earlier today. That's what's open right now. Currently, there's up to episode 6 uploaded. I recorded episode 8 last night, so that, because every episode ends with like a clip to the next episode being like, next time, yada yada. So I was working on my time lapse for episode 8 so I could take a snippet of this to have at the end of episode 7, which itself isn't quite done yet. I use freaking a theme from Xenoblade Chronicles X in my outro of all these Peculiar Potions episodes. Fun fact there. Where's episode 7 here? Peculiar Potions episode 7. I'm not even done with this yet. I might potentially get it out by this Friday. But I'm wondering if I should get to a point where I can take a little bit of a break from Peculiar Potions, because this is a massive editing project, actually having like super highly edited like regular episodes for this kind of thing. I might potentially start taking a break from it to get to other things here. So what all is stuff that we're adding to the schedule here? Hold on, let me find a list of like the total announcements. Let's see here. Nintendo Direct announcements list. Also, I think you saw Gyarados flash on the screen there. That was the page where I yoinked that for freaking thumbnails. That's the Gyarados that I use in like part 50 of the Explorers of Sky series. So you'll be seeing that Gyarados again at some point on the channel here. Oh yeah, freaking this. So I've been working on this, is the thing. So I might potentially put this project on hold, considering this is how much work goes into like just one episode, is a thing. So I might potentially take a break from doing Peculiar Potion stuff. Look at this freaking wheat field that I was working on and stuff. So I might potentially take a little bit of a breather from Peculiar Potions if we've got all these other games going on. So hold on, let's just see here. Can I find the full list of announcements so I can like properly add stuff to the thing here? Announced for later this week. No, I don't want these articles. I want the full list of stuff. Nintendo Direct announcement list. Let's see here. Nintendo Direct all announcements. Let's just see here. But yeah, let's just see here. Heard Zeke and Nia are in the game as well as Melia. I saw Nia there, was the thing. I didn't see Zeke. I saw character that looks similar-ish to Melia. All right, all the new trailers, news trailers, and announcements. Let's see here. So let's put this, let's write this all down. This is a Polygon page. Hopefully it's a nice list. Where's the list? I don't see a list. I don't see a list anywhere on this page. 15 total updates since. What? There's no list. There's no list or anything here. Gosh diggity darn it. Everything announced at the February 2022 Nintendo Direct digital trends page. Do you have a list? There's Fire Emblem freaking 3 Hopes is the thing. Releasing on June 24. All right, let's add to the list here. Also, let's play some music. Let's listen to freaking Sensing Cantion's Song of Storms that came out a bit over a year ago, but I only found it like a couple days ago. I don't know why I never tuned into Sensing Cantion's Songs of Storms. I guess I didn't realize that there was one made, and I found it, and I was like, wow, this is great. So let's listen to a little bit of that for a little while. So let's add to the list here. So this is June 24, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So do I want to do the original Fire Emblem Warriors first? Because again, I mentioned it earlier this stream, but I was originally planning on only doing Fire Emblem Warriors, or original Fire Emblem Fates. I had that in my head. I was originally only planning on doing Fire Emblem Warriors on this channel after we had done Fire Emblem Fates, because and probably Shadow Dragon as well, because like the main 3 games that are featured in Fire Emblem Warriors are Awakening, Fates, and Shadow Dragon, and like some little snippets from some other games like Gaiden / Echoes or Fire Emblem 7 with Lyn and whatnot. But you know, because the new Fire Emblem Warriors is probably going to expand on the last Fire Emblem Warriors, kind of like how Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expanded on the original Hyrule Warriors, it's probably a good idea to do this first. So I was originally planning on the State of Fire Emblem stuff on the channel this year being the last route of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which we're doing right now, and then doing Triangle Strategy as something like in the same kind of space related to Fire Emblem. It's a Fire Emblem style of gameplay and whatnot, that kind of tactical game. And then we do Fire Emblem Fates. That was gonna be my plan. Well, plans change, I guess. All right, so that was freaking Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. So let's see here. What are the other things? So here's the Mario Strikers thingamabob, and that's June 10th, huh? Seems like there's a lot of things for June. So June 10th, Mario Strikers Battle League, it's called. Battle League. All right, let's add that to the thingamabob. But yeah, let's just see here. So there's Splatoon 3 stuff. So it's still this summer. So I can just say like summer 2022, and I can put this like here is what I can do for a better idea of that. So I'm gonna have to do that at some point here. Also, freaking Shuck coming out of nowhere, subbing for 24 months, a whole 2 years. My goodness gracious, I appreciate the 2-year resub there, Shuck. You crazy mad lad. Hope you're doing well today. I don't know if you got to the chance to check out the Nintendo Direct there, but thank you so much for the 2 years of being subbed. My goodness gracious, absolutely insane. I'm gonna go back to my DVD stream playlist is what I'm going to do. Go back to the chill stuff there. You did not?
Down door asterisk ha. Boom,
Whoa.
baby. 2 years, let's go.
Well, we're going through some things now is what we're doing. So let's see here. So March 25th is the Kirby. So let's see here. I have like not the full month here. Whatever. I'll just do like the full thingamabob there. So March 25th is Kirby is a car. Phone refuses to do anything with Wi-Fi or with Twitch if you're away from Wi-Fi. Well then, yeah, 2 years. You are banned from the daycare. All right, so it's Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the thing. All right. Do I want to do Portal on the Switch? Because I've thought about doing Portal before, and apparently they're not super long. I can think about doing it. So it's later this year. Do I want to do Portal? Oh, so I can take away Kirby here. I can put it down as like a maybe. Portal collection, maybe. It depends on how crazy my game schedule is. All right, let's see here. Here's the Nintendo Sports is the thing. And the okay, so the online playtest is February 18th to 20th. So maybe I'll do a little bit of that. I'll put it down as like a reminder to myself for what day that is. Let's see here, because I'll probably wind up showcasing the playtest and seeing what it's about. So Nintendo Switch Sports. This is just called like an online playtest, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, online playtest. I'll just say online playtest here. Yeah, we can do it as like a one-off around there and see what's going on with that. So April 29th is the actual day that it releases. So April 29th, this direct got my game schedule getting a little bit crazy, didn't it? So let's see here. April 29th. I'm gonna minimize this. We can keep on looking at the cool Xenoblade 3 background there. That's what we can do. So yeah, this is Nintendo Switch Sports. Hopefully some of y'all nerds play some Nintendo Switch Sports with me. So March 18th is the first Mario Kart 8 DLC. So let's see here. So March 18th, this is Mario Kart 8 DLC Wave 1. Is what that is. So we'll showcase that when it comes out. If anybody wants to play with me, freaking hop on in. It's a big fun multiplayer game, so freaking play Mario Kart with me on when that comes out. What day is the 18th anyway? Would I do that right on the 18th? I can do that right on the 18th. That's a Friday. That's what I can do. And September 22nd was the Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So September 22nd, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And Xenoblade Chronicles X first? Should we do Chronicles X first? X is a long game, is the thing. Like, during Tales of Arise, I was saying that, like, the two kind of big JRPGs I want to get to for 2022 were Xenoblade Chronicles X and Tales of Symphonia, but my priority was on Xenoblade Chronicles X because I knew that I didn't know that it was going to be this year, but I knew that a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was in the works, so I mentioned during Tales of Arise that, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I'm on a time limit to potentially do, like, before Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but, you know, but I'm not on a time limit for Tales of Symphonia. Xenoblade Chronicles X probably isn't too important because it really does seem like, from what I've seen in the trailer here, it really seems like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is really important and tied to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. But I don't know if it's going to be the game that, like, ties X into the story. I doubt it. Freaking X might just continue being, like, its own thing that's only hinted to be connected to the other ones, but not, like, anything definitive. I might do it. I might well do it. Guzma's saying do it. Shuka's saying, sir, I beg of ye, what to do Xenoblade Chronicles X or to do something else? And whatnot. Did I put Mario 18th? Oh. I had Mario on the mind. Mario's not a month. Okay. That makes more sense than asking about Xenoblade Chronicles X there. What was that? This doesn't list the, oh, now here's the full list, everything else. There's No Man's Sky this summer. I feel like my schedule's a little bit crazy to be adding that. I can consider it, but, like, I'll definitely be getting the Ezio collection on the Switch here, but, like, I won't be covering that on the channel because we've already done the Ezio collection on the channel, is the thing. There's a Gundam battle, Chrono Cross, there's the Sony's NLB thingamabob. Yeah, Live Alive, I don't know what it is, how it's pronounced. The game that inspired Octopath Traveler is finally getting localized with an HD 2D remake on July 22nd. So we're getting an HD 2D game in Project Triangle Strategy on March 4th, and then on July 22nd, we're getting an HD 2D remake of the game that inspired the HD 2D style. I kind of want to play it. I do kind of want to play it, not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, I do kind of want to play it. So, like, July 22nd, Live Alive, huh? Yeah. I do kind of want to play it. But yeah, back from walking dogs, how the con go with BraveryArcade? It went well. We got through a whole lot of fronts. We covered a whole bunch of stuff. Is there anything else that I want to do here? There's, like, the Metroid Dread boss rush. Did it say when what day in April the boss rush is coming out? I love how freaking Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings are coming, but no Mother 3, as is mentioned here. Yeah, was it mentioned what day Metroid Dread April update? Did it say exactly what day? I don't remember. Did it just say April? Was the thing? Yeah, it just says coming in April. Like, I'm not gonna do Dread mode. Freaking screw that. Like, that'll be for people who are way better at Metroid than I am. I'm gonna avoid Dread mode, methinks. But I'll try the boss rush. I can showcase that on the channel here. Metroid Dread boss rush. Yeah, we can do that. All right, so here's the look how much it changed after the direct. Holy crap. Okay, so the current state of future games that we're doing on the channel now is later this month we'll do the online playtest and such. Yeah, there's definitely no space for another Mad Lad May this year, I don't think. So this will be a one-off. We'll do the online playtest of the new Nintendo Switch Sports. Elden Ring is gonna be a big one, but that released on the 24th, right? Not the 25th. I think it was the 24th, not the 25th. Am I losing my mind? Let's find out. Hold on. There's AC Unity that we've been playing recently. Wait, I have Elden Ring pre-order. I could just check it here. Is the thing. Where, here. What? No, that's freaking Elder Scrolls. Yeah, February 24th. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was the 25th, so I was right in that. So Elden Ring is gonna be a big one. Freaking Triangle Strategy, I'm hella hyped for. We'll do this as like a one-off / two-off. Maybe play it with like some different friendos and nerds. I don't know if there's space in the schedule for Mass Effect. I own it now. I did pick it up. I did pick these up during the recent Steam Winter Sale, but like I don't know if there's any space for it right now. Is the thing. So let's see here. Yeah, so we'll do project. So there's freaking 3 things in March. There's 1 thing and 1 minor thing in this month to go. It seems like 3 things in March. A Project Triangle Strategy. This can just be like a few sessions. This doesn't have to be like a whole playthrough. The Kirby is gonna be real fun. End of April, we're gonna, at least there's a bit of time before the next one. End of April is the Nintendo Switch Sports. And then this will be like a one-off kind of thing as well. This is only gonna have to be 1 session, so not too much time going into that for that there. There's a few things coming out around here. Oh, I forgot to put first in here. Is the thing. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I never played the original Mario Strikers, and that's one where it's probably not gonna be too important to do the original Mario Strikers first. Like, again, I usually do things in order, and like naturally I would hop onto like, oh, there's a new Mario Strikers, let's play the original first. But in hindsight, let's just maybe like, nah, who did those eyes there? In hindsight, that's probably not too important. That's probably one of the least important things for, you know, doing things in order, because it's not like there's a story that you need to follow or anything like that. And with all the other games I'm doing, I'm gonna pass on doing the original first on that one. Yeah, so there's Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, so I'm gonna have to do that first. Thank goodness I started doing the final playthrough of Fire Emblem 3 Houses recently. Thank goodness I started that, because, you know, I would for sure need to have my 3 Houses playthrough done before 3 Hopes comes out, so thank goodness I just randomly decided that this month I would do the final route of a Fire Emblem 3 Houses that I was missing. Phew, that's a little bit of a relief there. This I very much like to do. That's gotta be Guzma. Oh, that's freaking Anima. I honestly thought it'd be Guzma. Yeah, this will be really cool for another HD 2D game. I gotta do Splatoon 2 and its DLC at some point here. So that'll be summer 2022. Xenoblade Chronicles X would take me a hella long time. I gotta get some of these things done first if I'm gonna do Xenoblade Chronicles X. I can do it. From now until September, that is enough of a window for me to do Xenoblade Chronicles X. And I have it freaking, like, I think I had some issues with it, but as I was mentioning before, I want to do it rather on PC for, like, you know, some better graphics, some like emulator perks, some mods like being able to turn off the online in the top left rather than playing it on my actual Wii U, unlike the playthrough that I did. Where is it? Hold on, let's see here. I keep all my playthroughs in this folder right here. Every single playthrough I've ever done is freaking right here. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Back when I did it in 2018, I did do it like on my actual Wii U, and it was 720p. It seems like. Look at the freaking quality back then. My goodness gracious. Could fast travel to it. It's right beside a fast travel point. But oh, that audio quality. Holy crap, that sucks. Look at my thumbnails back then. Look at the thumbnails that I used to make. Look how bad they were. Stream from Twitch thingamabob. This is what my thumbnails used to be. But yeah, man's got massive storage. You can't even store your game library. I'm still running out of storage, is a thing. There's my, this was my first drive that I had in like my initial PC build. That was like a 2 terabyte drive that I used for a long time. Then later down the line, I got a solid state that I started putting like my games on. That was like a 500 gig solid state. And then I built this machine and I started running out of space on my hard drive. So I got a new 4 terabyte hard drive. I put basically everything that I needed onto here this one still has my OS. This is what my OS was installed onto, like, way back in the day, and that's what the space still is. I just wanted to, like, give it several months to make sure that, like, I'm good using just this drive and I don't need to use this one anymore, so I can probably wipe this now and make it a new clean drive that doesn't have, like, you know, Windows on it still and has, like, this setup, because, yeah, this drive is probably safe to wipe now and have, like, 2 terabytes extra of space. And this is I forget what the term is for a cable SSD, but this is a cable SSD, and this is a SATA SSD that's, like, directly connected to my motherboard. That's a 1 terabyte SSD that has Windows on it. And that's why I install, like, all my big games onto and whatnot, so make them load super fast there. So that's my drive situation. System reserved is apparently a thing that, like, exists for any drive that has Windows on it, or an OS on it, but apparently only appears for drives that aren't the Windows that you're using. So, like, I'm using Windows on this, as you can see the Windows symbol there, but this one has Windows on it as well, so it's showing the system reserved for that. So at some point I'll wipe this and it'll get rid of the system reserved as well. Well, you know, you just won't see it anymore is the thing. So yeah, I have 4 drives. I'm gonna have to wipe this one. SAT is the cable one? Did I get them mixed up? This thumbnails is so cluttered. It's a huge upgrade to now what my old thumbnails there. This stuff, look at this. This is before I had an official logo. This was a freaking PNG of my hat back then. Look how much cleaner it was back then compared to now. Now it's freaking, like, falling apart. Look at this. It's, like, tearing at the sides. There's, like, bits where things are chipping off. Like, man, my hat was so much cleaner back then. Holy crap. That was how I used to make thumbnails when I was a brand new content creator. If I do a series of Xenoblade Chronicles X, then I will, like, you can't find these on my YouTube right now. They're just deleted from there, but they still exist on my computer. When the day comes that if I do a Xenoblade Chronicles X playthrough here soon, then I absolutely would just upload these as, like, bonus episodes at the end for, like, a throwback kind of thing. But yeah, I wonder if people do restoration work on hats. Got an old Alienware hat that's more than 10 years old and it looks awful. I mean, at this point, I would just, like, make a new hat. This was a blank black hat that I painted the white on the front of myself. I have some pictures around here somewhere. I don't know where. But somewhere around here I have that. But yeah, these were the 3 Wii U games that I could see myself playing on the channel at some point that I just do on my my computer. There's Splatoon as well, but we already did that. And we did that on my actual Wii U. But these, I figured, like, okay, my PC would probably be better at this point. I don't think hitting play here works right now. I think that there are some issues with it. I think I need to re-download it. So I need to, like, figure something out when it comes to that. Yeah, these evidently aren't Steam games. These are just a custom thingamabobs that I did there. So, but yeah, can you add non-Steam games? Is what you can do right here. Add a game, add a non-Steam game right there. That's how you do it. Is the thing, as long as you have it installed somewhere else. So I could, in theory, add, like, my other emulator games onto there as well, but, like, those ones were, like, the only big ones that I really wanted to add onto Steam there, just because it's, like, way more convenient than opening the emulator there. Like, it's pretty convenient using a Satura Desmume, but, you know, that kind of stuff is a little bit more irksome. So let's see here. Can you make your free Epic Games library show up on Steam? Yes, if you want. If you'd like. If you launch it, if there are games that require you to log into Epic, then you would hit launch and it would still require you to log into Epic. Like, freaking any time that, whenever I'm doing Assassin's Creed on this channel, when I start up Assassin's Creed Unity, like if I just hit play here, for example, what are these screenshots? Oh yeah, this was me bugging out off camera. I forgot I took those. Like, anytime I open Assassin's Creed Unity, Ubisoft Connect comes up and it's like, please re-enter your password. Please re-enter your Ubisoft account password to play this game. So if Epic works like that, you would still need to log in, but you could at least, you know, hit play from there. You could at least hit play from there and stuff, and then you can set whatever background you want and, like, whatever title you want. I chose, like, this really cool background that, you know, has all the Xenoblade stuff. So there's, like, Xenoblade 2 over there, there's Xenoblade 1 over here, and then Xenoblade X right in the middle. So hold on, let's just go through it all from the top. February, Elden Ring and a playtest. March, Triangle Strategy, Mario Kart DLC, and Kirby. April is the Nintendo Switch Sports and the Metroid Dread Boss Rush. June is going to be the Mario Strikers Battle League and the new Fire Emblem Warriors that I'm actually pretty hyped for, ironically. July is going to be the next HD 2D game. Sometime in the summer is Splatoon 3. September 22nd is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And then at other undisclosed points this year is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, the Breath of the Wild sequel. Maybe I'll do the Portal Collection if I have the time. We'll see. I'll think about it. I don't know if Nightingale's releasing this year or, like, another future year. For anybody who isn't familiar, Nightingale is a game that's being developed in my city by a studio called Improbable. I think they go by like Inflection nowadays though. And a few years ago, we actually got to tour their studios as part of one of my game design classes, was the thing. So we got to see a little bit of Nightingale early before it was revealed, and that was really cool. But now it's been officially revealed as of the Game Awards, so it's cool to be able to talk about it now. I wanted to get to the first Metroid Prime game this year. It might not be too much of a rush because there's still no news on Metroid Prime 4, so I probably don't have to worry about this. So the other new games, so here's the current games, and the stuff that I need to add to the schedule and preparation for stuff here is I need to finish off 3 houses and do the original Fire Emblem Warriors, Splatoon 2 plus DLC, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Mario plus Rabbids DLC, and the Metroid Prime trilogy, but like, I don't have to worry about doing that anytime soon because there's no news on Metroid Prime 4. So like my time limit on that is probably very lenient, I imagine. It's probably very lenient on that front, but this is still a decent few more things to do first. But like, it's a lot, but it's manageable. I can deal with this, probably. Oh my goodness. You know, it's crazy. There's a lot of people that like look at my channel and like the video essays that I grew off of and like really quickly attribute me as or call me a Pokatuber. I was just like, you know, I'm not a Pokatuber. I play a lot of games around here. It's kind of the thing. We've been doing some Pokemon video essays recently, what with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and I'm working on the script for my Legends Arceus video essay right now. But we do a lot of games around here. Is the thing. So yeah, hello Sasabi, hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 was announced. That's what the trailer is back here right now. I was just like looking through my my games here to figure out what the stance is right now. Huh. Well then, let's go ahead and pause the music real quick. There's Gyarados again. That's just like my freaking little tab, my internet thingamabob where I, you know, gather a whole bunch of PNGs for thumbnails and whatnot. At least I got a Shiny Tangela. When do I think I'll be able to squeeze Splatoon 2 in? That's a very good question. I don't know if I have the answer. Because I know that Splatoon is something that, you know, a decent few people would like to see around here. I could say screw it and just start it right now out of nowhere for funsies. Is that the right play, though? Considering my other game. I mean, a lot of other games are doing it right now are, like, close to done anyway. I don't know. I could, in theory, do it, but, like... Hold on, wait. Before we see the Xenoblade trailer again with the subtitles, see what they're saying. What would be the best game to put in? Don't know if it's the right play, but you would watch it. If, in theory, I start a game right now, what would be the best one to start for the algorithm brownie points? Is one way that we can look at it. Because, like, Splatoon 2 wasn't a super big thing in the Direct, or Splatoon 3 wasn't a big thing in Direct, it was kind of a side thing. I probably can't even ask the question of, you know, what would be the best thing to start for the algorithm brownie points. Because I think my hands are tied with Xenoblade Chronicles X, just because it's such a long game that, like, I would have to start it right now if I want my series on to be done before then. Like, September 22nd is a long time away. But when I say Xenoblade Chronicles X is a long game, it's a freaking long game. So, I would probably get, like, better algorithm brownie points for Splatoon 2, but, like, I think my hands are tied here. I mean, again, a lot of these games are really close to being done, luckily. A few more sessions here, a few more sessions here. One more session here after I take some more time off camera to catch the Pokemon that I need to meet Arceus. And then I'm freaking done with those. This will still take a little while. And this maybe I should take a break from in light of recent developments. I have episode 7 almost done. I'll try to get it out here soon. Episode 8 is in early stages. I don't know what I'm doing for 9 and 10 yet. Maybe I'll put the project on hold because holy crap. Yeah, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope was not mentioned during the Direct, so I wouldn't get any brownie points for this. So this, I'll wait until Mario plus Rabbids is, like, you know, properly revealed with its release date. And then I can do this for the algorithm brownie points. Everything else is just, you know, I mean, there's this that would get, like, some brownie. I gotta finish 3 houses before I can consider doing Fire Emblem Warriors. Let's do 3 houses first, and then I'll do Fire Emblem Warriors. Oh, gosh darn it. But yeah, I should knock out one of these thingamabobs. There's just a smidge left to Unity here. We could even do it right now. I was experimenting with the idea of, well, for the main game, and then we'd have the DLC, is the thing. I can probably just do, like, one last quick session of this, like, right now even is what I could do. We're at the point right now where yeah, Legends I need to do a little bit more off camera for catching Pokemon, but once that's done, I'll be able to do it in like one quick session after I'm done with that. And Unity, its main game is almost done. I was experimenting with the idea of what we did in Assassin's Creed Rogue was after we were done with the main game and just going around collecting things, I would go into cosplay of my Assassin's Creed 4 Edward Kenway cosplay. I would don that and we'd put on that outfit. I have unlocked Edward's outfit in this. I was thinking that for the final main session of this, we could do that. It's literally in the closet in the other room. I could literally just slap it on right now and finish off Assassin's Creed Unity as Edward. is what we could do. Finish off the main game, and then we have like the Dead Kings DLC, which should only be like 1 or 2 sessions. It probably wouldn't be super long. And I'm actually looking forward to the Dead Kings DLC. But yeah, let's just see here. Getting that boss rush out of the way from Dread frees up something relatively quick, but the boss rush for Dread comes out in April. Is the thing. That's April. That's not right now. Splatoon 2 would be better start now since it'll be maybe 3 to 5 streams if you're just doing campaign content, depending on how thorough you want to be and how good you are. Octo Expansion is brutal. Oh, well then. I'm pretty sure I did the campaign of Splatoon 1 in like literally just 1 stream, but yeah. I thought it was already out now. That's April. I think the difficulty modes are out right now, but I think the boss rush is April. No, I don't know how it is, but from what I've seen, boss rush is April. So there's that. Wait, Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC is just being turned into a new game? Wait, really? Really? Huh, I'm gonna wrap up this discussion here pretty soon. We've been going on like 2 hours now. I just wanted to see like the Xenoblade 3 trailer one last time with the captions on, the subtitles, just to see what they're saying and if there's anything I missed. I'll look into it then. It wouldn't be something that we'd get to anytime soon since we still have like, several Assassin's Creed games to get to before we reach Valhalla, considering we're wrapping up Unity right now.
Fighting in order to live, and living to fight.
No subtitles for that, I guess. But
That's
you said
the
it.
way of our world.
Oh, okay. Well, a little bit late. Yeah, that clearly looks like Mechonis technology.
Ionios.
Did he say Bionius?
Tell me, what would possess you to side with them?
Yeah, I don't think the subtitles are all that trustworthy then in that case. But is the name of this new land like Bionius? Is like a combination of Bionis and Mechonis or something? I don't know I don't know. Something like that.
Ionios.
Ionius. Oh, okay. Ionios. Okay.
Tell me.
Yeah, oh dang, I freaking hit back instead of the pause button. I meant to hit the pause button. That looks like a Monado, is what that looks like. Like, it has the, glowing edges on either side. It has the centerpiece there. Actually, do you know what this might be? If this is in the future of, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, and, like, after, evidently after Xenoblade Chronicles 1's epilogue story, this might actually be one of Shulk's replica Monados, because in the world of Xenoblade 1, Monados no longer exist. At the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Monados no longer exist, because that's what Shulk wished for. He wished for a world without gods. If the cast of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did come over to the world of Xenoblade 1, like they might well have, then there might still be like 2 Monados in the form of Pyra and Mithra, since they kind of became separate beings instead of one after that. So there would be like 2 Monados, 2 of the Trinity processor there. Well, 1 split into 2 essentially, so maybe each of them only have like half the power or something. I don't know how it would work. But this makes me think of the replica Monado that Shulk had there in the epilogue story, because in the main story he has like the main game replica Monados that are developed by the Machina. But sometime after the main game and before the epilogue, he develops his own replica Monado that looks a bit closer to the actual Monado, and this seems like a more flushed out design. So I don't think this is a real Monado, because those don't exist anymore, apart from like, Pyra Mithra potentially. But this is a replica Monado. Hold on. Where is hold on. Let's see here. No, not the freaking Gyarados. Stop putting that in my face. Let's see here. Shulk replica Monado. Let's see here. Let's get the image of the one from Future Connected real quick. No, not the Machina replica Monado. These ones here. This is what this reminds me of. This is what this makes me think of, is the refined replica Monado design that Shulk designed himself as of Future Connected. So, like, you know, these are the Machina-made replica Monado that were, you know, made out of nowhere just because. Whoa, really? My video is getting recommended? That's my video right there. Anyway, never mind that. Anyway, but yeah, these were the Machina replica Monado that were kind of just made quickly on the spot because Shulk didn't have a sword anymore, and they were like, oh, let's try to replicate your Monado so you have something to fight with in the final battle, so you get, like, whatever one of those swords, depending on what side quests you do and whatnot. But the replica Monado that Shulk makes after he, you know, actually has the time between the main story and the epilogue, it looks something more like this, and it's a bit more akin to the original Monado design. Is something like that. So it better replicates it. This looks like a more refined version of that. Like, however much time has passed since then to now. Like, the design has been further refined. Yeah, so this is not a Monado. That's a refined Monado replica. I'd bet money on that.
What would possess you?
I just realized it comes into a better quality if I give it a hot second there. Like that. Okay, yeah, that's a better shot there. Kind of reminds me of the Omega Yato in some ways. In some kind of ways, it has kind of spikes there. Yeah, I think this is a refined replica Monado. That's what that is. That has to be Nia because of the freaking Flesh Eater, not Blade Eater. I don't know why I kept saying Blade Eater. The Flesh Eater core crystal, and the rings, and the Gormati, and the eye color. So that's Nia. Refused. Hold on. I gotta pay attention to the dialogue. So Nia's on the side of whatever the enemies are, something like that, and Mr. Main Dudo, or maybe the main character is she. I don't know. That'd be really cool to see. That'd be a nice change of pace, actually.
Tell me.
Don't know whether you're a he or she, but
what would possess you to side with them?
Probably he from the voice, I imagine. Hello, Dar. Hope you're doing well today. What would possess you to side with them? Yeah, that's what we're analyzing right now.
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill.
We're fighting because there are enemies to kill. Yeah, refuse to believe you're him.
I refuse to believe you're him.
I knew it. I saw this coming.
You're not enemies now.
You're not enemies now? It's something. Was there a conflict, but then something changed, or maybe unlikely allies need to come together or something like that?
Fine for you, isn't it?
Hold on.
This coming.
You're not enemies now.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got.
What was that? All that time you've got, but what was before that? Also, can I just say how much better these flutes look than Legends Arceus? Where in Legends Arceus, the flutes are literally just a cylinder model, and that's it? And people keep on saying, like, that's the way that it looks just because that's the limitations of that's just because it's the limitation of the Switch. When I do my Legends Arceus essay, I'm freaking using this trailer and the footage and comparing the flutes. Mark my words. Yeah, I guess so. Is this studio's money? Pokemon has all the money in the world. They just freaking penny pinch it like Mr. Krabs to maximize their profits is the difference.
I knew it. I saw this coming.
You're not enemies.
Yeah, I don't like the gray cylinders.
Fine for you, isn't it?
Wait, what for you? Hold on. Hold on.
Now.
Fine for you, isn't it?
5 you? What is that? I'll turn on the subtitles.
It's coming.
You're not enemies now.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got.
You could.
Fine for you, I think, is what it is. Is it fine for you all that time you've got? I know that Nia has an extended lifespan, and that's probably why she's still alive during this time, but, like, I don't know. Yeah, that could well be the case, but, like, you know, still, it's probably gonna be looking something like this.
Try to move.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got.
Fine for you, all that time you've got? Maybe?
Try to move forwards again.
Try to move forwards again.
So snuffing little do you?
They're not your.
Hold on.
Try to move forwards again.
How can our lives be so snuffing little do you?
How can our lives be so snuffing little to you? Maybe. Also, we have freaking Discount Akos over here.
They're not your friends anymore. They're his fuel.
This is a cool design right there. Could be a real Monado. I mean, we don't know if some Monado is around. Who knows what encased in like rock? No, we do know because there was when it comes to Xenoblade lore, I can... Oh, hold on, I'm gonna turn on music. Time for a lesson in Xenoblade Chronicles lore. So, before the events of Xenoblade Chronicles, there was the Professor Klaus, who was working in like this space station thingamabob and working on the conduit, it was called. This thing that was discovered that was kind of like a portal between different dimensions, and there was energy spewing out of it, and people start to realize that because of that, it could be essentially an infinite energy machine. So they took it up into space to study it there because they figured it would be safer than having it on the planet's surface far away from like any inhabited places. Even though if something goes wrong in space, then it all rains down on the Earth, but that's neither here nor there. But the conduit was overseen by an advanced AI that was known as the Trinity Processor, and there were three of these cores that oversaw it. These AI were kept in virtual environments that would have them essentially kind of adopt personalities, become more lifelike, and essentially become human in their personalities, which is actually really interesting. I've been taking a class recently on social robots and how robots are getting closer to like becoming more and more human, and how people actually are trying to like raise AI and robots in virtual environments that help them grow up to become more human. Because like, you don't just get a human when someone's born. You have like an infant who starts to grow and learn and becomes like a fully developed human over time. People are trying to do that with robots and in our own society, which is really interesting, and seeing where that goes. And that's what happened in Xenoblade Chronicles, where this AI was kept in an environment where it would go from like a simple computer to an actual real human and personality, essentially. So learning robot AI scares you a lot. Yeah, it's certainly something. It's been a very interesting class I've been taking. I was in that class earlier today. I just came out of class before starting this stream, and that's the class that I was in earlier today. But anyway, this advanced AI would be used to oversee the conduit and keep it safe, essentially. Keep everything maintained at proper level so that something doesn't go wrong with this like dimension-tearing crazy device thingamabob, you know? So there was that. Then Klaus realized that Klaus had a hatred for the world. He had lost faith in humanity, and he wanted to create a new world because he had felt lost in his current world. He lacked friends, he lacked connections, and the human race was at war with itself over the conduit because like, it's not explained exactly what the two factions were and what they wanted to use the conduit for exactly, but it doesn't really need an explanation considering it's an, in theory, infinite energy machine. So like, that would evidently be something to war over. So, you know, it's while a battle is going on around this space station that I'll let it come in a little bit brighter there. I'll pause it on there and we can talk over this. A battle was going on around this space station when Klaus was like, yeah, screw this world, let's use the conduit to make a new one. So that's what he does, and he uses the conduit and he recreates the universe. And it also seems to create like a bit of a multiverse, because both the worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 were made. Maybe X. Maybe the world of Xenoblade Chronicles X was made as well. It's not 100% canon as of yet. It's just kind of like slightly hinted / implied if you read between the lines. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. So I hope you're doing well today, Enzos. But essentially, a lot of the so all the people from the space station and Earth as we know, actually wait, so a new universe was created, but the old universe still stuck around. The new universe that was created was the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and the old universe that stuck around was the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We see evidence for this in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with things like the Land of Mortha, that was like, you know, an old city that's like fallen to ruin and whatnot, an old modern civilization that's fallen to ruin. You've got all these like zombified people that were the people that used to live there. And so Klaus, he was split into two, one for the Xenoblade 1 universe and one for the Xenoblade 2 universe, and the only other one that went to the Xenoblade 1 universe was Mayneth, or freaking Galea was her name, which was basically like his assistant there, slash partner, essentially, is what she was. So Galea and half of Klaus's spirit go to the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and they become gods of that world. They become Zanza and Mayneth, or the Bionis and Mechonis, respectively. But the Klaus that's in Xenoblade 1 thinks that that's basically his whole self, and thinks that that's him, Whereas the Klaus in Xenoblade 2 that's left behind in the space station is left as like a god of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but he's literally only got half his self, and he's aware of his other self in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and he's all freaking depresso because he wanted to recreate a new, better world, and he just saw like more worlds that keep on going to war with each other and keep on being like evil humans. So he goes into like espresso depresso mode and just like stops doing godlike things in Xenoblade 2 because he's like, it's freaking always doomed to repeat this cycle. People are always gonna be freaking evil pricks. This sucks. So he's real sad about that. But where the Monados come in is the Monados are the Trinity processor. So the Trinity processor stuck around in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which again were like the 3 AIs that were meant to look over, essentially watch over the conduit which still existed in Xenoblade 2. And they would come to be known as the Aegises in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. One of the Trinity processor was Pyramithra / Pneuma. The second of the Trinity processor was Malos, which was the main antagonist of the story, / what was his proper name? His proper name was Logos, I believe is what his name was. And then the last of the Trinity processor also went to the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Apparently the third of the Trinity processor was hanging out in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for a little while, but according to Klaus, triggered like a space-time distortion event and like went to another dimension where we don't know where it is. But we do know where it is now. They went to the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and came to be known as Alvis. In Xenoblade Chronicles 1, like the original game before it got remade, Alvis had a key on his neck. And we had no idea what this key was for the longest time. We could just theorize, but we had no idea what the key was. In the remake of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch, they specifically changed the key to a core crystal, the same that Pyramithra and Malos have, which solidifies and proves to us that Alvis is the third of the Trinity processor. So out of the 3 Trinity processors, there's Alvis, there's Malos, and there's Pyramithra. Those are the three computers. And Alvis also reveals at the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, like, yes, I'm a computer, I'm an artificial intelligence, yada 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 yada. And the power of the Trinity processor is the same as the power of the Monado. We see this in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with Mithra having the power of foresight, it's called, which is the same as Shulk's visions. In Xenoblade Chronicles 1, the Monado gives Shulk the power to see glimpses of the future and like warn him of future events. Sometimes they could be like far off, sometimes they could be like really close. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Rex, when using Mithra, or Mithra in general, has the power to see the near future with foresight. In Xenoblade Chronicles 1, it's called Visions. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's called Foresight, but it's essentially the same power, used in different ways. You never see, like, far distant events in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, at least while playing as Rex, though. The Torna DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did reveal that Mithra's visions could go far into the future because Mithra sees a vision of Rex far into the future in the Torna DLC. So it is the same power and she can see far into the future. It just doesn't happen during the main story because maybe she doesn't fully understand this power and she only sees this far into the future vision in the Torna DLC when she's like at her mental limit and like completely lost it and using her full power and whatnot. Hello, Mika Blaze. How are you doing today? So that's the same power there. And we also see with Malos, he literally, his sword looks way closer to like the Monado that Shulk has, but is like a dark evil kind of one. And it has Monado symbols in the middle of it. And as you fight Malos, he literally calls out Monado arts like Monado armor, Monado cyclone, Monado whatever the heck. Like he literally calls out Monado art, so we directly see that this is a Monado. Monados and Aegises are basically interchangeable, but the in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, that universe, it only has like one true form of the Trinity processor, because out of those 3 true Monados of Alvis, Malos, and Pyra/Mithra, only one of them went to the world of Xenoblade 1, being Elvis, while the other 2 of Malos and Pyra/Mithra stuck in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And yet, both Klaus or Zanza and Galea or Mayneth do have the power of the Monado of their own Monados in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. But even though, you know, there's only one bit of the Trinity processor there, being Alvis. But we find out that these aren't true Monados. We find this out because Shulk gets the true Monado at the end of the game, being Alvis's Monado, because he's a true part of the Trinity processor, which implies to us that the Monado that Shulk initially had, being Zanza's Monado, and the the Monado that Maineth had as the Mechonis' Monado are almost like, not quite replicas per se, but they're more like reflections of the Monados from the other world, or like recreations in a way. Like maybe Elvis, as one of the Trinity processor, was able to like recreate these Monados or replicate them in a way where you know, it would like mimic their power and give them the power of creation and destruction in a similar manner. But we see by the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 that the true Monado, Elvis's Monado, the true Trinity processor, is more powerful than both of the you know, kind of, how should I call them? Not like phantom Monados, but the sort of Monados, the borrowed power Monados. Even with Zanza having both Zanza's and Maineth's Monado in hand, still the true Monado cuts right through both of them because it's the one true one of both of them. And then at the very end of the story, at the very end of the story in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, what Shulk wishes for is a world without gods, no more Monados, no more power of creation and destruction. Let's decide the future for ourselves. So with that, Elvis does away with the Monado. So the 3 Monados of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 are gone. They don't exist anymore. They no longer exist. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Malos dies, so Malos' Monado no longer exists. Elvis was in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and, you know, isn't doing godlike things anymore, so his Monado isn't around anymore because Shulk wished for a world without gods. So in the Xenoblade canon, the only Monado that still exists is Pyra/Mithra. And they might not even have their full power because they, you know, they split there and whatnot, and the whole situation with the end of that. So the only Monado that can still exist is Pyra/Mithra. So the Monado that we see in this trailer, therefore, has to be a replica Monado, like probably expanded on this design that Shulk initially started making with the Xenoblade Chronicles epilogue, is likely what it was. I guess this is muted here.
And living to fight.
So there can't be any more Monados in this world. If this world really is
That's the way
you
of
know,
our world.
the merging of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, which it really seems like it has to be. There literally can't be any more real Monados. That has to be a replica Monado. And it looks very similar to the replica Monado design of Shulk from the epilogue story, but, you know, expanded on and like the next iteration. So it's clear that there are still characters that can use technology that's based off of the Monado, but the true Monados no longer exist. They've been done away with.
What possessed you to side with
And yeah, that's a good note there, Mika Blaze, is the, you know, the Mechonis sword, the Mechonis Sword Valley thingamabob there, and Titans from Xenoblade 2, and Nia as, you know, a direct character from Xenoblade 2. Who knows if we'd see, like, Pyra/Mithra, but we do have Nia here, which we know because Gormati, yellow eyes when they're open, Flesh Eater core crystal, and the rings that she wields, so we know that that's Nia.
You could try.
It basically has to be. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Is the thing. No, it's not just that one of them has a Flesh Eater crystal. That is Nia. Golden eyes, Gormati ears, rings as weapons, Flesh Eater crystal, and the Welsh kind of voice. I would be very, very surprised if that wasn't Nia, because everything about her design says that it's Nia. Is the thing in countless ways. So I feel like it's gotta be, you know.
Way you're gonna defeat the real enemy.
The real enemy, huh? Wonder if you're gonna have like, you know, vehicles in this game, kind of similar yet different as Xenoblade Chronicles X, considering this. So maybe that is a good idea to do Xenoblade Chronicles X first, and see how this expands on like the vehicles and stuff. I really like the skells in that.
What good filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It'll never replace the friends we've lost. The flame clock, it has to go.
So yeah, as I was saying, golden ears, Gormati ears, Flesh Eater crystal, rings, Welsh. It's gotta be. But yeah, I called something in the trailer towards the end, the 2 girls in masks. That's older Melia and Nia. Do you think it's a battle of Unchosen? You think that this could be? It could well be.
To bore this world, they must be erased.
This is very likely Nia, considering, again, Flesh Eater core crystal, and that's literally like her blade outfit is what that is. When she goes into her blade form. Well, it's a new version of her blade outfit is essentially what it is. This could be Melia plus Nia.
Ouroboros abhor this world. They must be erased without
I think that's Melia for sure, though. It could well be. Could well be indeed. And then over here for the background, we have, like, Uriah plus the Makana sword right next to each other. The Urian Titan right next to the Makana sword, so yeah. I mean, I've been rambling for like 2.5 hours now, so probably a good idea to change up to something else here. But yeah, it's a joke. It's a battle of the unchosen, if you know what I mean. Oh well, if you're gonna put it like that. But yeah, it feels like the end of a trilogy now that you've explained the story. I hope it is. I hope that this is like the end and the finale. The battle of those who've been friend zoned. Yeah. But yeah, Nia was one of my favorite characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So seeing her as like one of the main pivotal characters in this game, yes, quite frankly. But yeah, no, that makes sense to you, but that's how it is. But yeah, in short, there can't be any more Monados unless something weird happens with Pyra and Mithra. Unless something strange happens with Pyra and Mithra, there can't be any more Monados. How this world was created. From what I can interpret, it does very much seem like at the end of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the heroes did arrive at like the Bionis kind of landmass. I mean, if I go to my Xenoblade Chronicles series, for example, real quick, just to look at the cutscenes there and stuff. Let's see here. If we go to playthroughs, let's go down to Xenoblade Chronicles. How about? Is what we'll do. Boopity bop. Here's my 1-2 Torna series that was updated with Definitive Edition. This is where I did freaking Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 kind of hand in hand. So it was like parts 1 to 3 was Xenoblade 1, parts 4 to 6 was Xenoblade 2, parts like 7 and 8 was Xenoblade 1, 9 was Xenoblade 2. So like the stories were hand in hand. So if anybody wants to experience the story of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 in preparation for the new game, I usually don't recommend my own series a whole lot, but this is how you can experience them together, essentially. And I had like these point parts to signify side questing and unimportant story stuff. So the parts that can be skipped if you're just interested in story. So like I worked hard on making this a freaking dedicated thingamabob here. So if I go down to the finale of Xenoblade 2 here after Despair and Hope. Let's see here. At the ending of Xenoblade 2 here, after going to like a whole nother world thingamabob, after the Titans come together and stuff, I think hold on. Why do I have no music? Oh, it's just, or no volume. It's just really quiet. I do have sound. But yeah. I don't know if the Zora is good. Well, it's called the Conduit, but yeah, same idea anyway. It might potentially, at the end of Xenoblade 2, it seems like it passes through into like another dimension or something like that. So here's like the ruined Earth. So here's the ruined planet after Klaus's shenanigans and after the Cloud Sea is no more. Is the thing. But the video quality here isn't the best. This was like a couple of years ago that I was doing Xenoblade 2 and my video quality wasn't the best. That's not Ricky, that's I almost said Hes2. That's freaking Breath of the Wild right there. Ricky's Xenoblade 1, Tatsu is Xenoblade X. Tora is the name of the Nopon in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I don't know why I forgot his name for a second. So like this is never truly explained, this right here. But Azurda just says we're crossing that rift. He never explains what that rift is. We never see it. We know that the worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 are connected, which is what led me to believe at the time that this happened, that when they pass through this rift and see like a landmass over there in the distance, that might be the remains of the Bionis after the events of Xenoblade 1. Is the thing. And this is where like the other Titans came to. And we know now that, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has elements from both Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. So I feel like this further entrenches the idea that, like, these worlds must have been coming together. That must be what this cutscene was showing, was these worlds coming together. And there's the Titan that we saw in freaking, you know, the title card of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, alongside the Makana sword. So, for a long time, people weren't 100% certain if this was the worlds coming together or not, because it's not, like, you know, completely explained, and we do never get to see the new world, that's true. And we don't even get to see it properly in, like, the epilogue of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which I guess must have taken place before this happened, is what must have happened. But that landmass there must be, like, the remains of the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 after all, is what it must be. Again, it wasn't confirmed at the time, but considering we do see the convergence of worlds in the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 trailer that was just revealed, this has to be the worlds coming together, is what this cutscene must have been trying to portray after all. Is the thing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the gameplay there, because you know, while all the games are very similar, they're all like also very different and have like your own unique things to them. You know? Like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 just had like all the arts on the bottom like that. Xenoblade Chronicles X expanded on it with like more arts, mechanics, overdrive, and like the skills and whatnot. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did something different with like, you know, just 3 arts at once with the blades, but you can switch between blades for depending on what's going on, and the cool additional stuff they did with chain attacks. So if they do something like very different again for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, something again that's similar but different, that'll be really cool to see, because I've really liked how all the Xenoblade games gameplay wise have been, you know, similar. Like if you understand one, you'll understand how to play the others, but they're still like so different and have like their own depth and whatnot. Yeah, that's wait, was it Uraya that was on the box art of Xenoblade 2? Was it straight up? I know that the Mechonis was at the back of the box art of Xenoblade 1. Huh. I'm gonna freaking double check this. I mean, well, I don't have a normal case of Xenoblade 2. I don't actually have a normal case of Xenoblade 2 to show off because I have like the collector's edition, but I mean, you don't really see the Mechonis sword, to be fair. You just, well, I guess you can see like a little bit of it. You just see like the Monado and, you know, the Mechonis reaching out, and I guess a little bit of the sword. I guess you could argue that. I don't know what the regular box art of Xenoblade 2 looks like because I have the collector's edition, so that's like an accidental humble brag, I guess, but moving about. But yeah, I think you are right about like Uraya being like the main prevalent Titan in the back that, you know, Rex and Pyra are looking at for the box art of Xenoblade 2. I believe you are right. And the Mechonis being the Titan that you're looking at in that. Yeah, you can go ahead and send an image there. So even if you don't see the sword of the Mechonis in the art for, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 1's thingamabob, it's still the main Titan being shown is the Mechonis, and the main Titan being shown in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 box art is Uraya. And now, like, the Mechonis doesn't exist anymore, but its sword is still around, so that's what's showing off. And Uraya doesn't exist anymore, but, like, you know, the remains of it still do. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the combination of what was on the box arts of 1 and 2. That is really quite interesting, isn't it? Let's see here. What the hell? Let's freaking look it up here. Xenoblade Chronicles. This is what happens when I start looking for like text for thumbnails. Let's see here. 2 box art. Whoops, gosh diggy darn it. Box art. Yeah, so there's Uraya as the main thingamabob there on like the regular box art. And if I go back to, I just showed it off, but you know, if I look it up again anyway, let's see here. So yeah, the Titan in the no, it said freaking text fonts because I look for fonts of things to I want to see what it freaking said. Is Xenoblade Chronicles what? Chronicles, gosh diggy darn it. Chronicles 2 text font is what it said. Because I try to, whenever I'm doing things related to, whenever I'm doing like thumbnail or things around a channel related to whatever game, I like to do it with a font that, you know, is in that game or at least similar to it or something like that. So I Google stuff like that. I couldn't find the text font for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. If you're wondering why I was looking up the text for that, it was to make this freaking GIF emote of, where is it? Of Mallow saying indeed that we just uploaded like the other day. So I didn't get the Xenoblade 2 font for that. Instead, I went with like a Sly Cooper base font of, it's the font in that is called Bada Boom, is what it's called. And it looks like kind of cartoony and stuff. So it was probably better for that GIF emote than the Xenoblade 2 text font anyway. So, Indeed you're used to a different Indeed. Hold on. So let's see here. If I go ahead and check out, no freaking, yeah, let's check out Nintendo here is what we'll do, and then videos, because it should be up there now. So let's go ahead and look back here is what we do. So yeah, what, maybe a smidge before that, before the title starts coming in. Something like this-ish. So Xenoblade Chronicles 1 features the Mechonis. as the main Titan being shown. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 features Uraya as the Titan being shown. And Xenoblade Chronicles 3 features the weapon that remains of the Mechonis and the head that remains of the Urian Titan. How crazy is that? That freaking... You know, as soon as I realized Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was for sure in development, what with the art book of Xenoblade Definitive Edition, and them being like, ah yes, the epilogue here will play into the story of future Xenoblade stories and whatnot, or the future of the story of this franchise. After I realized Xenoblade 3 was in development with that, I was already hyped for it. But seeing that it's for sure picking up from 1 and 2, that's hype right there. That's pretty hype, I do have to say. So yeah, again, this cutscene really was the worlds coming together after all. Is what this was. I don't know why this video is so quiet. That a lot of my old videos are like that, but like whatever. Elysium was here all along, the combination of worlds. Yeah, the freaking Xenoblade music thus far has been incredible, so I've got high hopes for the music of this. But yeah, and take care there, Anima. Interesting. Could well be. That'd be interesting if there's a 4 instead of 3. But yeah, Guza posted that GIF in his server. The like first thing you said was it looked like a Twitch emote. Yeah, because it is a Twitch emote. It's a Twitch emote of this channel here. So yeah, this cutscene happens and it's not fully explained. Like you don't know what that landmass is. It might be the world of Xenoblade 1. It might not be. I think now we know. I think we know now. We didn't know for sure before, but now we know. But yeah, let's see here. Want to add down your reaction highlights because you return to Monkey if no, you'll be lurking. Alrighty, I'm probably gonna wrap up this stream as well because I should probably try to, you know, get this out on YouTube today as well. As well, I should probably do. So while I was thinking about switching to another game, I'll probably end the stream, edit this down, and then I can stream something else later tonight after I'm done with this. I'm gonna need to make a thumbnail for this. I can make a thumbnail on stream. Look, we can see it in better quality now. No, it's not the live stream. That's what we can do. You can see it a bit better here. Let's make let's make the thumbnail on stream. Screw it. You can see my process there or something. That's what we can do.
Try to move forwards again.
How can our lives be so snapping little
yeah.
to you?
They're not your friends
this is my announcement of the director right here. For sure.
The land pierced by a great sword.
Also, let me just say, heck yeah, to having a protagonist with a ponytail. I don't have my hair in a ponytail right now, but usually I do. I usually don't have it high up like that. I usually have it like down. It's a thing, but still, you know. Can't believe this is coming out this year. The what clock?
Ouroboros abhor this world. They must be erased without trace.
What, you're saying that I should make like a pog face and freaking do that? How would I do that? Like, what would be the approach here? I'm gonna take a freaking screenshot of this. I'll put a whole bunch of things down. Usually when I do like direct thingamabobs, I always have like several things that are prevalent on screen. There we go. I control print screened. Let's see here. Let's put the music back on. Is what we'll do. Put the chill music back on. All right. Oh yeah, this is me working on the peculiar potions end screen. I have a whole bunch of freaking stuff that I've been working on. Let's make a new document. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll make a thumbnail right now. You saw there's 4 party members in the little swing part in the running gameplay. Ah, interesting. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles X had 4 party members as well, to be fair. Yeah, so I've got this. So what other thingamabobs are we gonna want here? You're just always gonna be able to see like Gyarados here. Enjoy that Gyarados. You have a Power Mode picture on your phone? If you send it to me on Discord, I can have a look and I could maybe slap it on the thumbnail. Well, to say I'm not putting Pog on the thumbnail. I might put a Pog face on the thumbnail, but I don't think I'm putting Pog on the thumbnail. So there's that. Wait, is there a title for it already? Can I Xenoblade Chronicles 3 title PNG? If not, I can always crop up my own. Oh gosh darn it, I'll crop up my own. Gosh diggity darn it. I guess this did only just get revealed. so it's a bit much to expect at this point. I'll crop my own here. There we go. Take a screenshot of that, and I can crop this real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. You gotta get see some behind the scenes on my thumbnail process. Should I turn down the music a smidge? I don't know. I'm just gonna. It's probably fine. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Does it capture that well? I don't know. I don't know. This won't be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect for the crud. This doesn't need to be perfect for the sake of, like, you know, a quick thumbnail like this. I'm sure there will be like an official PNG art that's like perfectly cropped sometime closer to release. I'll just do like a rough cropping for now. What the hell? I'll just do a rough cropping for now. I got a comment on my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl video essay recently of somebody saying like, I'd watch his video, but I just can't stand his voice and the way he says what the hell. It's like, do you think that that's actually my serious way I say it? If I'm completely serious, I'll still say what the hell like a freaking normal person. But as a content creator, I sometimes like to have a comedic tone to things like saying, what the hell? Because it's funny. But apparently somebody got really, really mad at me for it in my, in the comment section of my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shine Pro video essay. So the more you know, little fun fact there for you. But yeah, one thing to note is how the text fades. I probably don't need to do much of the fade here. It's gonna be something small in like a corner. I'm not gonna have it like big and in charge. I'm gonna have like all the different freaking game titles here of stuff that I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, I don't know, funny. I guess not. But yeah, let's see here. Did I remove the comment at all? No, I think it's still there. I think, I don't know. Unless one of the mods removed it or something. Most comments I leave up. Most I do. Let's see here. I'll do like these little dabbles. They don't need to be perfect, but like, oh my. I'll sort of do them. This is gonna be like so not perfect, but you know, that doesn't matter. It's a-okay. Booty bop. Oh, that's good. Yeah. A lot of the time, the way that it automatically crops it is usually pretty fine. Not always. That's probably good enough there. Subtract this here is what we do. But yeah, let's see here. So Xenoblade Chronicles 1, it's a smear. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it's flames. And this one, it's water droplets. Think it could mean anything? Maybe we'll have like a cool water theme or something? That'd be pretty cool. I do like the changes and stuff there. Is this part of the text or is that part of the background? I don't even know. I know that's for sure part of the background there. Again, this doesn't need to be perfect. This is just like a really quick job here. Do I want to take that out? Nah. It's gonna notice that anyway. But yeah, this is a water droplets, isn't it? Boop. There we go. Something like this. That looks pretty fine there. Yeah, and it's like coming out of the text there. Man, really cool. Gosh darn you. Really coolly designed titles are freaking a gem in the world, aren't they? Really coolly designed titles, I must say. Does anybody know how the quality would work? All right, I'll have a look-see here. Gosh darn you. This is what happens behind the scenes. This is literally what happens behind the scenes on this channel that can frustrate me. All right, let's see this pog face. Let's see here. Oh, this? Freaking, I mean, I could try it. It's when you were set floating in the brilliant diamond shining pearl underground. I could try it. I could try slapping it on. See what we think about it. we can certainly have a look-see. All right, crop that out. All right, and we go up here. Whole bunch of stuff here. Are these part of the? Nah, that's not part of the title there. I don't think that is. But yeah, what program do you use as a Photoshop substitute? This is Affinity Photo is what I use. It's basically like Photoshop, except you just buy it instead of having to like sign off your firstborn on a subscription service. It's basically what's going on there. Boopy bop. Okay. Yeah, I'll just include this all in the video that goes to YouTube. So anybody watching this on YouTube after the fact, if they tune into like the whole thing here, you can even see how the thumbnail of the video in question was made. Whoa, is this a dot? Sure. That's part of the background there, I think. I mean, a whole lot of it you could say is part of the background. I don't know. Let's add all these. That's what we do. Doesn't have to be perfect, just like generally something like that. like, these are things that are gonna be like barely noticeable at the end anyway, so like who cares too much? Who cares too much? I say as I touch it up anyway. Alright. Oop. There we go. Yeah, I like Affinity Photo. I've had good experiences with it thus far. I've had much better experiences with this than my video editing software. My video editing software of Camtasia is pretty alright, but like, yeah. I don't know. But my I'm very quite satisfied with my my image editing software. Would recommend. Wonder if I can set up one of those sponsored links. Click the link down below to download Affinity Photo with my link, and to help support me as a creator or something like that. I don't know if that's something that's even a thing with Affinity. If I ever did something like that, probably wouldn't be for a long time anyway. All right, is that it? Do I have it? Still have your soul signed to Adobe? Gross. Grody. Gibbs a good free option. Gibbs definitely a good free option for sure. There we go, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. There. Oh, that actually came out pretty well. It came out better than I thought it would. I could like preemptively make my Xenoblade Chronicles 3 folder is what I could do. Because I always make like a folder for like any playthrough I do. JPEGs take up a little bit less space. So let's see here, playthroughs. Because I keep a folder of like every playthrough I ever do. Here's that stuff. Let's make a folder here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Let's just be at the ready here is what we'll do. This is going to be background 1. And then I'm just going to really quickly, because just in case an official, like, PNG of this isn't released for a while. Oh, there's, like, the blue mark. So this isn't perfect. But it's not half bad. It's not half bad, so just in case I need this for anything. Be handy to have it around. There we go. Handy to have that around. Alright. What other things are we going to be slapping on the layout here? Kirby, for sure. Wait, what just auto-heal the background? Oh, hey, I just do discount when you're in school, so that's better at least. Save that cutout for the playthrough? Maybe. There might be a better cropped version, like an official PNG later down the line. But, like, alright, let's see here. Is there an official PNG for Kirby and the Forgotten Land title PNG? Is there one already out? Oh, yeah, yeah, because this has been revealed for a while. Oh, heck yeah, freaking copy image. Bam. Oh my goodness, it's freaking huge. But yeah. Oh yeah, 3 houses too. We're gonna need to do that. Let's just start slapping my titles over here. I'll figure out how to put them on the thumbnail later. Is what I'll do. But yeah. The Kirby PNG made a meme with it. Well then. So what other thingamabobs here? I don't need to include that. I probably won't include that in the thingamabob. I can include the Mario Kart 8 expansion pass thingamabob here. Let's see here. So, what seems like a good screenshot to take of, like, a moment in this or something like that? What would be, like, a good screenshot to here? When I'm making thumbnails for, like, my playthrough series, I literally just, like, scan through at a part where I think I'm gonna make a thumbnail. I literally just hold the Alt button and I'm ready to hit print screen, and that's what I'm doing right now. That is what I'm doing right now. Did I, get a good moment there? I mean, oh, it's freaking that. Oh, that might actually be pretty good. Then that's like the title in the mix as well. I don't need to like slap the title on. I can just like slap this on. Or wait, there's like a better one at the end. Yeah, I could always just like have this on and put that somewhere on. Or there's like the full thing down the line here, I believe. Like, hold on. Let's see here. I could do this is what I could do. If I take out this. There, and then this is like our shot for that. There, that works. That works fine enough. Okay, what else? What else are we slapping on the thingamabob? I'll just go through them here. Freaking triangle strategy. Heck yeah. I think I already have a title for that. I think I already do. I don't know if it's in one of my open folders. My goodness, I could just go through here. I think I called it Project, actually. Not because it's still called Project Triangle Strategy, but just because it could be like right next to Octopath Traveler, then it's sorted out. Well, yeah, I have that from the time that I did demo. So I can go ahead and put this on the thing already. I can probably erase the project part. Wait, is there I thought there was like a thin line that... Oh, there is a thin line around this. Gosh, diggy darn it. How'd that happen? Let's see here. Yeah, Live Alive. That one as well. I'll have to get. Let's erase these freaking lines that came with my weird crop of Xenoblade 3. Which means that there might be the weird lines in the version that I export or whatever. I can fix that version later. It doesn't matter too much. Alright, there's Xenoblade 3. There's Triangle Strategy, which doesn't have Project anymore, so I can just go ahead and whoop. Go ahead and do that. There we go, Triangle Strategy. So, if I get a shot for triangle strategy. What would be a good shot for it, huh? Oh, there's the, something like... Hold on. What was the official art thingamabob one that I saw come up there? Ah, this here? Is there a new background there? I could just put in, like, one of the, triangle strategy background thingamabobs I think I have. All this stuff. Yeah, this is a shot from, like, the demo here. Is what I can do. I can just, like, slap this in. And then there's a thingamabob for triangle strategy. I'll have to take out those freaking bars there. I mean, I don't actually know how to, like, crop out a thingamabob here. I don't know how you do it. So, like, I don't know. I could just, like, really quickly do this. What happened to my music? Oh, now my music's there. I was doing stuff with those thingamabobs recently. Let's see here. So, project triangle strategy. And my music's gone again. But yeah, one thing that sucks about downloading VODs on Twitch is the longest download. Yeah, it freaking takes 3,000 years before it even starts downloading. Is a thing. It like warms up a bunch. Okay, where is my music? What the hell happened? It's just really quiet. Let's listen to some Sticker Brush Symphony. That is what we can do. Good old Sticker Brush Symphony, how about? You can't find the comment? There's a lot of comments in there. It might potentially, it might have deleted it themselves. I didn't delete it, though. I did not do that. It is possible that they removed it themselves. There's a 1.4K comment? Which one is that one? I've probably seen it, but wouldn't remember what it is. We'll be editing anytime soon. Well, I'll just save it like that with the crop, and then I can go ahead and say, I have so many freaking folders open. Holy crap. There we go. Here's our Project Triangle strategy thingamabob that we can use. What else? What else goes on the thumbnail, huh? Oh, on the video. That makes more sense there. Here's a... Oh, I'm just gonna go through them in order. In order of, like, the ones I'm doing. So I'm gonna need to, Nintendo Switch Sports. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, more cropping action. Some more cropping action now. Boobity bop. This one should be pretty easy to crop. Doesn't have, like, the weird complexity of the, Xenoblade Chronicles one. Boobity bop. I don't need the TM in it. That's probably not too important. I could crop it out, too. But, like, no one's gonna be, you know, paying attention to that, so who cares? This is where it's gonna get a bit weird there. Or maybe not. Yeah, there we go, because of the, white in the middle. Well. There we go. This is a freaking easy peasy crop right here. Nice. But yeah, I've never actually used Photoshop before, but I imagine it's quite similar to this. Yeah, weird thing with the cropping is if there's something off screen, it doesn't like crop that out with the thing, so I'm just gonna like do that. So here we go. Nintendo Switch Sports. Now, do I want a shot of it? What would be a good shot of it? Is there like a thing that like is like a definitive art looking thing? Let's go to the sword fighting. How about that'll appeal to the people who you know, really like that in the original freaking Wii Sports Resort is what we can do. Oh, that's not a good shot. That's a really bad shot actually. Let's appeal to that. Or maybe we can do bowling's there might not be a good shot. Let's do bowling instead. I changed my mind. Maybe in the middle of the pins getting knocked down. Maybe. Let's see here. So somewhere about there. Yeah, sure. This can be our shot for Nintendo Switch Sports. Sure. What next? What next, huh? When Switch Sports give you lightsaber fighting? Which program is this? This is Affinity Photo. Is what this is. But yeah, let's see here. Classic comes alive. So let's see here. What would be a good shot to use for this? What would be a good shot here? Legend is alive. That's gonna be a freaking easy title to crop right there, thankfully. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so we don't get the weird cropping thing on the outside. Is what I'll do. Let's just, say like 50 pixels and then, boopity bop. Look how freaking easy this one is. If only every title could be this easy to, you know, remove the background from. Imagine. But people just have to have complicated titles that do look really cool, to be fair. There we go. Boopity pop, there's that. Boopity But yeah, no, I'm not gonna get that text, I don't think. My goodness gracious. What'll be a good thing here, huh? Is there like a good background thing, Bob? This looks freaking cool. The flames that come up in a second. Or maybe, this? What about that? What about when the guy draws his sword? That's probably cooler. There we go. There we go. Here's our thing, Bob, for that. Okay. Now then. What's next? What's next here? Of things I'll be doing. Okay, I can get background for Kirby. Is what I can do. Was there a shot of the driving away before the title card came up? Nah, not quite. Like, very briefly, but not quite. Oh, that's super cute there. What if I just get a shot of, like, that? Because that's cute. Let's face it, that's cute, okay? We can go with the cute one. Alright, what else? But yeah. Love Kirby in his Carby form. Carby, is that what it's being called now? Let's see here. The freaking Splatoon 3, since there's a thing that we'll be covering on the channel. Do I already have a Splatoon 3 folder? I wonder? I don't know if I do or not. Let's get that like mega salmon thingamabob is what we'll do. I don't know if I'll be doing Advance Wars. I mostly want to like have on the thumbnail stuff that I'll be doing on this channel down the line. I've heard of Advance Wars. I know a tiny little smidge about it, not a massive ton. There's a shot for like Splatoon 3 or something. Do I already have a folder for that? Splatoon 3. Gosh, good darn, whatever. I don't have a title yet. Splatoon 3 title PNG. That's been revealed long enough that it must be out there, right? Yeah, here we go. Do I want the backdrop? It doesn't matter in this case. I can just call it Title 1 and I can get one with a Title 2, I guess, later down the line. Oh, I should probably actually save this real quick. This is what I should do. Would I need to give credit to the person that made the transparent thingamabob? Considering that's a thing that, I mean, you can see it there, I guess. But, you know, I don't think that I'd ever try to claim credit myself for, you know, making something transparent. Like I just did for Xenoblade 3 and like some other titles. Like, if anybody wants to use my transparent thingamabobs that I made there, freaking just send me a message and I can give it to you. No problemo. Splatoon 3 title, but I'll also really quickly copy image and, oop. There we go. What else? What's next? What's next now, huh? So, yeah, there's the Mario Strikers. Since that's a new thing, I'm probably going to have to crop out the title myself. That's what I'm going to have to do. Would this be a good background there? Nah, let's do one with the characters and such. That might be pretty good. I don't know. Or maybe we should do one of the ones that is like this to like appeal to like that art style, you know? I kind of like that idea. That cool looking art style. Yeah, if we do something like this and have this on. Yeah. And then like the main details, even if it's small, are like clearly noticeable. Now the title. Mario Strikers Battle League. This one should be pretty easy to crop as well, I imagine. Let's see here. Oop, whoa. Should be a okay, maybe it's gonna be a little bit harder than I thought, but let's just do the general outline first. Like that, and then I'll go like touch it up. Again, it doesn't need to be like perfect per se, but like, you know. I could always use these crop outs for my playthroughs down the line, so maybe. I mean, just like Xenoblade, there will probably be like a better one down the line anyway. Probably doesn't matter too much. I don't care that much about the TM. I don't care that much about that. Oop, include this all. But yeah, worldwide football game met for the Mario one? I'm freaking hyped. I've never played the original Mario Strikers, but I've heard really good things about it. Real good things indeed, I must say. To each their own. Whoa. Yeah. Boopity bop. Okay. Speaking of other Mario games, I still need to like face some nerds in Mario Party. Like BraveryArcade, who we were just, you know, chatting with, having this like semi-podcast thing with. I still need to freaking face off against him in Mario Party Superstars. And another of my freaking content creator friendos, Snivies. I've been planning on facing him in Mario Party Superstars for a while, but we still haven't gotten around to it. With the whole craziness with games going on now, it's gotten even trickier. I don't know, maybe I should just like reach out to him at some point anyway, be like, hey, Play freaking Mario Party. That's what I should do already. I'm sure that we've heard a few of Snivy's remixes throughout this playlist, most likely. Very, very likely. I need to challenge that nerd. Thinking about other Mario games that I need to catch up on. Like, I'm already done with, like, my Mario Party Superstars playthrough, but, you know, I still need to get to, challenging some other creators, so I mean, there's that. Why isn't this included? What the heck? Okay. Dang it, well. Boop. Now I gotta switch back to a 1, though. Maybe there's an easier way to, switch around like that. If so, I don't know it. There we go. That shouldn't be too bad, right? Shouldn't be too bad there. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Mario Strikers Battle League. Cool. Alright, what else? What else do we have here? So, there was that. Ah, yeah, of course, this. Was there anything else here? There's other, like, older stuff on one. I should catch up on some of these story trailers, because I am hyped for that game. Yeah, so... Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Oh, man. I'm hyped for it, but at the same time, I'm salty when it comes to the 3 houses situation on this channel. No, I missed the mark for that. I like the title design there. Alright. There we go. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I swear if there's 3 routes, again, I'm gonna lose my... I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna revoke my Fire Emblem card if there's freaking 3 routes on this again. I'll fix that R later. This is what I'll do. Maybe I'll make this a bit thinner. That's what I shall do. Yeah, I'll come back for touch-ups on the second way through. If this game has a calendar, I'd be so freaking salty. Can you imagine playing a Warriors-style game where, like, your missions and grinding are based on a calendar? I don't know if I'd be able to bring myself to play this game if there was a freaking calendar, honestly. Like, I'm so tired of the calendar at this point. I'm so tired of 3 houses at this point. So here's hoping that this is, like, different enough that... Well, I mean, it's Warriors, but, like, different enough in terms of, like, the way that it's structured and story-wise and expect to do multiple routes. Hopefully that's different enough to, you know, make me happy. I hope. Because 3 Houses is a good game in a lot of ways. It's also such a bad game in a lot of ways, as I already have a video essay on. But yeah, tired of 3 Houses, yeah. I have freaking one of, if not the longest 3 Houses series on YouTube, is a thing. There is one series that has more parts than I do, but they're like shorter average. They're like 20 to 30 minutes or something like that, I think, whereas my parts would average like an hour. The new playthrough that I'm doing, now that I'm bum rushing it, now my parts are averaging like half an hour. But I still have like 276, was it? 278 episodes that all average like an hour is the thing. Well, not to say that they're all like an hour, but looking across all of them, you can tell that like the average is about an hour is the thing. So in terms of runtime, I think I have one of the longest, if not the longest, 3 Houses series on YouTube, in English at least. And I still don't have the full story. That's how much freaking 3 Houses expects you to replay it and do craziness with that. So like, my goodness, I'm really tired of 3 Houses. Your download finally started. Twitch in a nutshell. Twitch in a nutshell when it comes to downloading VODs. You don't have any idea how many times I needed to do that when I was working on the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl video essay? How many of my Twitch VODs I needed to download for that? I have like, I can freaking show it here. I can show how much footage I gathered for my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl playthrough. Game footage, Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. This is how many episodes of my Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl series I downloaded. Like, even if I just use like one tiny little clip of it, I would still have like the whole episode there to refer to. This is freaking how much footage. There's one of the early trailers. So like BDSP footage alone is 62.6 gigabytes of footage. And the amount of time it took Twitch to download that, especially in the middle of editing, when, you know, I didn't have all that stuff downloaded like at the beginning of the project. I only had like a little bit of that download. I would be in the middle of editing, and until I get to a certain part in the script where I'd be like, oh, this would be perfect for this footage from this point in my playthrough. So then my entire editing process would need to stop because I'd have to wait for Twitch to download it. I'm really glad that video essay is done. The freaking Legends one is going to take me a while too as well, though. Those videos take a lot of work. My goodness. Yeah, better graphic card or something, because it becomes a hassle to throw all that footage into Premiere Pro. Just wait on a back order list for like a year like I did for my graphics card. Easy peasy. Oh, what we're listening to right now is an original tune done by a creator called Orion. I know that by heart because it's a really chill tune. I really quite like it. One of those very underrated creators that I would highly recommend. There's a lot of really underrated creators that I highly recommend, especially in the music space. Would very much so. Okay. Whoa, no. Something like that. I wish I can add like a smidge of this. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, maybe it'll be the one that I use in like my playthrough later. If there's an official perfectly cropped version released later, then I'll just use that version. But I can use this version for now. Is the thing. There we go. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Now let's go touch it up. Okay. Because, yeah, it doesn't really like corners all that much. Is the thing. Surprised you have the strength to not delete your BDSP footage considering how bad the game was? Oh, man. I don't think I'd ever delete the footage, but there were definitely times that I was debating about just, like, quitting the playthrough. Quite frankly. Like, you need, like, a certain level of mental fortitude to get through that game. Like, there's games that I've played on this channel before that are, like, bad funny. Like, or they're, like, funny bad, I should say, not bad funny. That are funny bad. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon World, for example. That game is just, like, funny with how bad it is. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is just sad bad. So, like, with games like, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon World, like, even if the game freaking sucks, at least I can be, like, laughing at it and whatnot. And, you know, having a good time with, like, how freaking bad of a game it is. But freaking Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is just disappointing sad bad. Unfortunately. So, you know, I couldn't even have enjoyment in the way that I would with, you know, something like Roller Coaster Tycoon World, you know? Alright, does this seem pretty good? Does that seem good? I don't know, it's probably pretty good. But yeah, since the background is black, you could select it, then reverse, but freaking too late now. Force a habit, there we go. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. I love how it has the freaking color scheme of, like, Hisui and Zoroark over here. Was there anything else, or is that it? I think that's it, right? But I need, like, a background for this. I need, like, a cool shot. Be a cool shot for this. One with Byleth, or... Nah, not that. I did screenshot that, but, like, nah, not that. Not that, I don't think. Game footage not final. Something that has a very different meaning for a Pokemon than it does any other game series out there. Is there gonna be a cool shot here? Maybe that? That's not a half bad shot. Break the sword. It's not a bad shot, right? Nah. 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 Maybe that. Maybe that. But yeah, what you like about BDSP was overshadowed by how bored you were the entire time. Such a slog to play. When we realized that all of the Switch Fire Emblem games use the same engine. Yeah. I was hoping that, oh, look at how cool that is. I didn't see this before. I guess it wasn't shown in, like, the direct. So that's a new relic, is what that is. Someone with 2 swords. Interesting. Why aren't you using the Sword of the Creator? Why? Is there a different deity now or something? Interesting. Very intriguing. Anti-Sothis? Huh. I could just, like, do this instead. And, like, you know, just do away with the background and title that I did a second ago. Maybe I just cropped that for no reason. Yeah, it might well be an alternate universe. Hold on, let me just save this real quick. This will go in my podcast folder. And, Nintendo Direct, and this is, oh, I need to make a new folder. There's a thing here. Nintendo Direct 2021-02-09. Here we go. Let's call this Nintendo Direct 2022 dash. Did I write 2021 there? Gosh diggity darn it. Oh, dang it. Indeed. That text that I made recently. All right, let's see here. Gosh darn it. I can't believe it's 2022 already. There we go. Nintendo Direct 2022-02-09 thumbnail. 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 2022- It's a Glitch X City remix right here. Is this the one with a DJ Cutman? I think it is, isn't it? So I know a lot of these remixes by heart at this point, but there we go. Save that. All right. I think we have our assets. How do we make this? Wait, no, we don't have all our assets. I can take that pog. This is what I can do. Should I freaking... What other images of myself do I have here? Hold on. Let's see here. I can put this down for now. Okay, so we're not quite done with our assets yet. I can maybe use that one. I think I have a folder of... I started collecting of, like, images of myself. Let's see here. What are some... Where did I put the folder? Gosh dang, I should organize it a little bit better. My stuff is already hella organized, and I still lose track of things. Is it not in this folder? Oh, no, it is. So, like, there's this one that I've been using in, like, video essays a decent bit recently. Here's, like, some other ones from, like, streams. That's a laughing one. No idea what that context was. Was this the one I used for Dark Deity? When did I use that one? I know I've used it before. But yeah. Yeah, I do like that as well. I feel like there's definitely not enough female protagonists in games, and portraying female Byleth as the canon one is really, really nice. Especially after Smash Bros. Has, like, literally 3 different Fire Emblem avatars, being Robin, Corrin, and Byleth, and all 3 of them are male by default, which is so dumb. Like, it should be better balanced, you know? Freaking, in my opinion, if I had to choose, like, when it came to Smash Bros, when it came to default, I would have male Robin, female Corrin, female Byleth. That's what I would have, in my opinion. Or maybe just all 3 female, just because there's, like, you know, not enough female characters in video games in general anyway. Hold on. What was I looking for again? Oh yeah, where I used that thingamabob. Did I use it in a... No, I used a different PNG there and that thingamabob, but the Dark Deity thingamabob. Was it, No, I didn't use that. Have I not actually used this one before? I could have sworn I used this in a thumbnail somewhere before. I agree with that. Default female Corrin's treated as the canon one as well. Yeah, like female Corrin's the default in Fire Emblem Warriors, which I guess we'll be playing on the channel here soon. I could have sworn I used that at some point. Have I not? Should I use it for the first time here? Hold on, we could try, like, both. I mean, that's pretty good there. I could try the Pog here. We can have, like, a vote or something like that. See if we prefer the Pog or if we like the oh no, Brilliant Diamonds cropped into that. Dang it, my colors match my chair. Gosh darn it. Oop. Okay, let's see here. Okay. But yeah, what, did something come up there? Okay, there we go. You can recrop it on your end. I'm about to freaking be done cropping it in a hot ticker anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. Is the thing. Boop. Go ahead and just take this out. Like, almost done. Almost done. Put the chair in there as well, do you think? I think the chair might actually be fitting in there. I mean, I could try. I can try doing like this or something like that. Oh my goodness. Let's see what it looks like, but I mean, darn you. Why it's so jagged there. I don't know why that is. Do something like that. Okay, yeah, let's turn off the snap to edges here then. Just draw it. This is Xenoblade Chronicles X music here. I'm fairly certain. Unless I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it is. Which we may well be starting here soon. Maybe. This is sad Xenoblade X music. Okay. What the heck is going on over here, huh? Yeah, I can try doing something like this. Maybe, mayhap. Why did it do this? There we go. Darn it. Something like this, you think? Oh, there is more stuff here, actually. Because this is part of the chair. Oh, freaking darn you. Sometimes it does this. All right, let's see here. Let's make a... Sometimes it does this. Usually, it does this most frequently when I'm cropping myself for whatever reason. What the heck is going on here, huh? The hell. Okay, don't need whatever the heck that is. Alright, let's just touch that up a little bit. And then, yeah, this should be a-okay like this. I mean... Are we feeling like, whoa, that's pretty nice, Harmonia? Or are we feeling Pogmonia? When it comes to this direct, where are we feeling when it comes to this, huh? How we feeling? If I flip this 180, flip horizontal, and I had this say here. So like either way, maybe we could go into like the bottom right space. Maybe. Just so I can get a general idea of how I'm making the thumbnail even without it. And so this is saying the Pog. Whoops, I'm cropping the wrong one there. If I'm like down here. I'm thinking the Pogmodia. I mean, we could do. We could definitely do. Oh, man. Let's see here. Would I want like a general background to like the whole thing? If I'm putting like the backgrounds for like the other things around. Like I could just freaking, this would just be like solid red. I don't know. Oftentimes I'll have like a background of some game at like the very back. If I'm not using the Fire Emblem Warriors one, I could always have this be like the very back. Pogmodia would be a great emote. We have this now. I could always turn it into an emote at this point. Hold on. Let's move this down a smidge there. All right. So this background here, now if I move it to like the very bottom, we're gonna need to put these other things around. Did I duplicate it? No, I didn't. Okay, if that's like our general background, now we need to start like putting things around here. So hold on, let's separate like our backgrounds and titles first and foremost. So let's just move like my backgrounds down. Hold on, I'll make them all like small for now. I am small. And then I can get an idea of what we're working with here. I can get a better idea after that. Where's that Xenoblade one? For sure want the Xenoblade 3 one. What the heck? Oh, it's underneath still. There we go. Let's see here. So I have all these, and then the titles. In the set of stuff over here, let's just move like all the titles on top for now. Is what we'll do. Have all the backgrounds underneath. Is what we shall do. Just so it's a little bit more manageable here. And this should be, yeah, final background there. Yeah, okay, so let's also just like, I can group the titles is what I can do as well. Do I really need to? I probably don't. Let's move the titles off for now. There's two that I missed. So I'll move these up to here as well. I'll move them off. Relatively off. I mean, here. Oh, there's one that has another bar there. Gosh, diggity darn it. Wait, it did? Wait. Which one is it? It has the bar. Who knows? I'll figure it out later. All right, how are we putting this stuff down? Like, I'll probably have a, you know, maybe Xenoblade 3 as like the big one that I'm looking at right over here. Like, right first and foremost, considering, you know, Xenoblade 3 is easily the thing that I'm most hyped for. So maybe Xenoblade 3 is like the big right here kind of one. I'd like some slight rotation there. There we go. And then we have something in the corner there. This is what we can do. What do we want in the corner? What do we want in the bottom left corner, huh? It's just like lay these all out a smidge. Is there something that I'm like next hyped for? I mean, I can put down the triangle strategy one here. Put it behind this though. What? Oh. Here we go. Here we go. And we can have like triangle strategy over here. Yeah, this is a hype year, isn't it? Here, and that could be like lined up like that in a nice kind of way. Yeah. Okay. So what next? What do we want on top here? Maybe this? Fire Emblem Warriors, 3 hopes. Give that like a smidge of rotation. Have them look like they're on like semi-randomly-ish, like they're kind of slapped on, because I mean they are. And I can always block up the available June 20th. Well, maybe I should have it up here then. And then I can, because I don't really need to show the date per se. So we should have something else over on this side. The only thing that could make it better now is if Prime 4 is coming out this year, Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year. I think it is coming out this year, isn't it? They announced another PMD game for this year, and freaking Explorers DX happened. But yeah. It's certainly one way to feel there. Here, let's slap-roo this around here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pack. And this goes on top there. There we go. There's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thingamabob. And then what would I want, like, here to block that? The bowling thing? Maybe, I don't know, this? Maybe? Can always do something like this. Have a stack over here that looks something like that-ish. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, they're releasing Portal 1 and 2 on the Switch, as we found out with that Direct, but still no new news about a Portal 3. Here we go. Look at these cute critters here. Look how adorable they are. Look at that. Okay, what did I put something else behind there? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. I put the Splatoon thing there. Yeah, so I should probably put some things over here. Maybe I won't have Byleth like completely blocked up, but I can have like a row of 3 for like the last 3 things here now. This is what we can have. Like, or maybe I'll have this one in the center, and then I'll have like Splatoon and the other thing on either side. Maybe what I can do. And then if we like do this. I don't know, maybe. And then finally the Nintendo Switch Sports thing. I can probably move this whole background down now, like that. Is what I can do. And I can have like, I guess we don't need it to say bowling there per se, but we can just have like, maybe I'll, oh, that's ugly. There might be a way to do like a straight line crop. I don't know, but that'd be too needed there. I mean, Let's see here. Who'll notice, right? Who will notice that? If I have something like that, right? Nobody will notice. But yeah, Switch Sports 100% deserves to be a pack-in title after it comes out. Oh, absolutely. I know that, I think right now the biggest pack-in title has either got to be like Mario Kart or Smash. But freaking Nintendo Switch Sports being a pack-in title sounds about right. Nah, maybe I do like them lined up more. Like that. Maybe I do after all. There we go! There's our backdrop with the Pog. Right there. Now our titles. Now we gotta put on our titles. This we already kind of have there, so like maybe I'll ignore that one. I'll just put it like down here and forget about it. Let's see here. What's this one? Oh, that's the cropped background. Is all that is. All right, let's see here. Switch didn't have a pack-in title. Spent your first week with the first thing playing Asphalt 3. Why did I say 3? 9 and the NES SNES games. Gotcha. I got Switch day 1, so I didn't get any titles with it. That was back when Amazon still had like good freaking deals for games. So I had ordered my games off Amazon, so I had to wait a little bit despite getting the thingamabobs day one. All right, Splatoon 3. Let's slap that like here. Is what we'll do. There we go. Kirby. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. There we go. Maybe somewhere like here. That was about a year and a half ago. Just glad to have the extended battery life model, one of the OLED ones. Or, yeah, this is the big thing, Rob. I'm probably gonna have to apply a back shadow to this to make it more visible, or do something like this. This is the title I want big, because this is the freaking one that I'm most hyped about of all the announcements. Freaking that one. This one's large and in charge. Maybe a little bit less large and in charge, but still pretty large and in charge. What's this one? That's something that's turned off. So this is the Live Alive thingamabob. But yeah, after the light but before the... Oh, okay, gotcha. Something like that then. So here's a Live Alive thingamabob. Okay. What's next, huh? So there's that. That's one of the backgrounds cropped out. Nintendo Switch Sports. Have that like here. There we go. Project Triangle Strategy, or just Triangle Strategy, not Project Triangle Strategy anymore, but I still like thinking about it like Project Triangle Strategy. There we go. That kind of speaks for itself. This kind of speaks for itself. Okay, so my total titles, which are this, and that. Oh, I don't really need it for that. Whatever, I'll just group this up anyway. Put this into a group so that it's a little bit easier organized. And I'll select all these. I'm going to apply a back shadow to make them pop a little bit better. So let's see here. If I give it like 80 or something like that. Let's say radius 10 and drag the back shadow out a little bit. Ah, there's the pop. Is it too much pop? Did I not select triangle strategy with that? 10. Okay, maybe something like that. Where was triangle strategy? Oh, I didn't put it in the freaking group. What were the effects again? 80, 10, 10. I can do 80, 10, 10 here as well, just for like consistency's sake. That's what I can do. 80, 10, 10. Maybe a little bit less on the triangle strategy, like 8. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Here's another Nintendo Direct thingamabob done. Plus some behind the scenes of actually doing said Nintendo Direct thing. I think this is our thumbnail. Maybe. JPEGs take up less space, so it's better in the long run there. So let's see here. No, not playthroughs. Podcasts. Yeah. There we go. The Direct for today. And then, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. What do you guys think about the thumbnail? There we go. Wait. Is it Xenoblade that has the bar? I can only just... I can't see it when I'm, Yeah, there's a bar there. Gosh diggity darn it. Maybe this isn't quite the thumbnail yet because I need to like... Huh, there we go! Now it is! Nobody would ever even notice that bar, but like whatever. Look at that. But yeah, a perfect YouTube clickbait, amazing. Is it clickbait though if it's actually what happens in the video? Plus behind the scenes after the fact of making the thumbnail in question for said video. There we go. There we go. I mean, you can still call it that. Just a good showcase. I mean, this is how I always handle my my Nintendo Direct thumbnails and whatnot. Yeah, team effort there. That's how I always handle my Direct thumbnails. Like this one was freaking Kirby looking at like all the titles that were announced there. Was there a previous one I did? Here was E3 2021 Nintendo Direct, and my face PNG pasted on a link and looking over at that stuff. So this is a bit of a new style, I guess, compared to this. Still like the same idea. Still kind of the same idea, but something a bit new and probably honestly better looking than those ones, I think. First Pogmodia, we need more Pogmodia. When did that happen again? You said it was like the Grand Underground in BDSP when I got sent into the air. Is apparently what that was. Well, yeah, there's our thingamabob. But if I want to turn this into an actual video, I'm gonna need to stop streaming now. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go turn into an actual video. So yeah, the games for this year, have certainly picked up. I certainly have my work cut out for me now, don't I? to say the least. It's 3.5 hours we've been going, jeez. My goodness gracious. Well then. Well then. Yeah, I got my work cut out for me here. A lot of games this year, for sure. Hoo boy. Well, with that, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. Methinks. Gonna go wrap up the stream. I'm gonna turn this into a video, and it's gonna be great. So with that, thanks all who stopped by and hung out for this Nintendo Direct session of shenanigans. And until next time, take care and see ya.